up, everybody? Internet friends around the globe. Welcome to UFO Twitter News Nightly. I'm your host, TeeJay Felony, your only place where you can get all the UFO Twitter cult news, and we got a lot of it tonight. A lot of recorded spaces to go over. Every few months now, I'm shocked by some of the shit I hear in some of these UFO Twitter spaces, even though it's nothing happening in these spaces that is about UFOs for the most part. The spaces we're gonna go over tonight, anyways. Very few conversations going on in there about UFOs. What's up, Rotary? What's up, everybody? Oh, let's get the chat going, man. Give me 1 second here. I've got a new system here where it's a little smoother when I have to pull the chat up. I actually go in and grab it while I'm staging, so I don't have to do it live. But it consists of copying and pasting a URL, which is clunky. But we also got some stuff to go over on X, just some ufology news like always. The clips we're gonna go over from these spaces are probably um around maybe 30 to 40 minutes. And also, to wrap up the show, we're going to go over some Keemstar stuff. Keemstar's project, Locale Fat Camp, it went down in flames again this year. And I've got a couple videos of last year it going down in flames, and this year they had a bunch of issues also. And I got some funny clips we're going to go over on that, some Keemstar news. But let's see. First off, let's get over to the lab. And right away, if you guys haven't subscribed, like all that stuff, go down, like, subscribe. I'm 2 away from 100 subscribers, which is something I never thought I would hit. So if you haven't subscribed, that'd be awesome. Go subscribe, like. If anyone wants support financially, watching back later, you can at buymeacoffee.com/TeeJayFelony. You can leave your name blank if you don't want to get put on blast by anyone on UFO Twitter. But you just gotta put in your email address. Nobody sees that. What's up, Narado? Oh man, the freaking lolcow shit is hilarious. I always try to end my episodes on something funny, and I'm glad I came across that right near while I was, doing my plan. Yeah, it's funny. It's freaking funny. Um, why? I wonder why there's a delay. Uh, I got you guys talking in the chat and it's not popping up. But all right, we're gonna pop over. Oh, wait, what just happened? The chat is acting kind of weird. Let's pop over to the lab and let's see. Yo, dude, there it's popping up. That's so weird, man. That one box wasn't working, but this one is. Oh, what's up, bro? Good to see everybody. Oh man, it looks like we got a decent turnout starting. All right, starting out. Let's go over some meaningless Twitter news. I want to try to get through it quick because I got these spaces to go over, which are just ridiculous. Some of the most, I don't know, man. Just um, Jay just I think said it the best. She said they're heartless. And that's why the title is Heartless slash Tupa Crew, and that's gonna be the title of this episode because everyone besides a couple we'll see they displayed exactly how heartless they can be in these recordings we're gonna go over. First off, let's go over yeah, X bullshit. I've got some stuff I wanted to show. Let me pull up. Look at all this crap, dude. It's so cluttered and messy. I've got to find a way where I can pull pictures up and not, where I can kind of have them like hidden and then pull them up. I know there's a way to do it, but I haven't asked Grok yet. Which I've been having problems with the gas gauge in me and my sister's car, and Grok taught me how to fix it today. So Grok can basically fix anything. First clip. This is from the DMs. Logan started DMing me yesterday morning and trying to get me to come into these spaces, and I was just kind of clowning him. And this is kind of set the theme for the episode. These guys have something going on with like homophobic allegations and random homophobic like slurs, and just they just make up these goofy they just make up these goofy ass allegations, and they're usually real homophobic. And he said I was just kind of clowning him in these DMs because they were trying to get me to join a space. Kimball was doing it too, and I imagine they think they have something that they're gonna like ambush me with, but I'm too smart for all that shit. I never join a full spank Logan space, so why would I start doing it now? And he was sending me this shit, and when I just kind of clowned him, he said, "I heard from a credible source you did gay pee online to pay bills." And I laughed about it because, first off, it's hilarious. Dude, I love gay people. I love trans people. I have no issue with them. It's not an insult to me to call me gay. You guys are so out of touch. Like, but I just clowned him. Like, dude, and look what I said. I said, that one is true. Can you please spread it? And I told him that, only bottom, though. And he said it's already out there. I'm not the source. Like there is actually, like some, and I don't know if like I commented in the comments. Is it just causes extortion? I don't give a fuck, dude. It's just silly. But that's going to kind of set the stage for you're going to see a lot of that through this episode. This specific crew launching these homophobic allegations at people. Like, it seems to be their go to when they can't come up with anything else. Pam Bondi's fired. Get the fuck out of here, you crazy bitch. I've heard that the one they're replacing her with is just as vile, but we'll see. They launched the moon mission. Let's go ahead and play this. So this is the plan for the moon, the what? Artemis 2. They're gonna circle the moon and come back. You know what that reminds me of? That's real similar to like Apollo 13's mission. Apollo 13, the one where they had all the problems, the Tom Hanks movie made about it. They weren't landing. They were just doing a drive-by like that, and yeah, they had a lot of problems. So apparently they're setting the stage.
8, 7, RS-25.
These are like the early stages, which it's cool that China was working on going up to the moon too.
Booster ignition and liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch.
Plumbers are very important.
Roger, roll pitch.
You know what else is very important is sanitation workers. Like people that do garbage pickup, people that maintain the sewage and plumbing system in the city. The city would collapse within weeks without them. It would bog down to a standstill.
The flight of integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
They're vital. That's why they get paid so well. Garbage men that work for the city get paid really good. My buddy tried doing it once in my hometown, and he called me like halfway through the shift, and he got off the truck because he said he couldn't take the smell, and I had to go pick him up. He just like quit halfway through the shift. It was in the middle of summer, and he said he was dry heaving the whole time because of the maggot smell. So some people can't do it, but respect to the ones that do.
On time, passing 30 seconds until the flight.
Some people have a weak stomach. They're really sensitive to smells. If you're one of those people, you would not be able to do garbage man work.
3 miles in altitude, traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
Well, there she goes. Hopefully they don't have any problems. This guy right here, what is it, Canary in the Coal Mine? He's claiming that the Greer is a reptilian, and Greer has like Pazuzu bottom teeth here. Apparently, that's evidence that he's a shapeshifter of some kind. So watch out for Greer. This is Paranormal's channel, para n underscore RMAL. I found this kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and watch it. This was when Bob Lazar was pled guilty to running a brothel. So it's just kind of interesting.
Mr. Lazar's problem is of an emotional disturbance nature, really much more than the criminal nature. I mean, reading everything here, and if I agree with, in spite of what you say, Mr. Lukens, I think that it is a substantial penalty that he has, in fact, been convicted of a felony. I have letters from Dan Stegman, who was surveillance manager at the Sahara and Hacienda Resorts.
It's a felony. So Bob Lazar's a felon. Bob Lazar's a convicted felon. The judge just said it's a felony. He said it's a serious issue. And it said he pled guilty.
From George Knapp.
He received a 3-year suspended sentence.
From Mark Fierro, from Mr. Bilbray's office.
Yeah, so Bob Lazar's a felon. Well, I know he ran a brothel, but I didn't know he was a convicted felon. That's kind of where a lot of in the criminal world, that's where you kind of have issues. Once you're labeled a felon in the United States, it can cause issues for you. Misdemeanors, driving, DUIs, things like that, you can kind of skirt those. But if you get charged with a felony, dude, it can cause problems for you. Your credibility, getting a job, a firearm, I forget, voting in some areas.
Doesn't show a lot of income. We do have a W-2 form of record that shows that he worked for the United States Department of Naval Intelligence. Very important point.
So yeah, here this one's a little clearer. I want to hear Lazar's response. Here he is, young Bob Lazar.
Out in the Las Vegas desert.
Real quick, this is it's Paranormal's account if you want to go check it out. So, because it's spelled weird, I spelled it weird. All right.
Worked on operational flying saucers at an area called Site 4. He says it's our country's #1 top secret.
I had a casual meeting with Dr. Edward Teller while working at Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. He referred me, after several years, to a job out in the New Mexico desert, a place known as S4 near Area 51, where many top secret government projects had their home base.
One thing about Las Vegas in that area, they have different laws for prostitution, soliciting. So does Reno. Reno has lax laws too. So what's illegal in most cities, Vegas is kind of iffy. They allow certain things.
Essentially, Edward Teller is the director of the program, and I think someone approved by Ed Teller, someone suggested by him.
I've never been to Vegas, so I don't really know exactly what it's about.
I had a fascination with small jet engines. I built,
no, drugs are illegal.
A jet engine
I mean, they probably have
Honda
legal weed
Civic,
now.
a small car.
I think they probably have legal marijuana now in Vegas, but drugs are still illegal there.
It made the front page in the local Los Alamos paper.
They were real lenient with solicitation and prostitution because it's Vegas, it's a casino town. So like escorts, that's where the line is iffy. Is where you have escorts. I believe escorts are legal, and if you're running a brothel, they probably had surveillance. People went in, wore wires and shit, and it was a whorehouse. But you're allowed to do escorting in Vegas. I'm pretty sure.
Monitor. Coincidentally, and in fact on the back of that front page, Ed Teller was giving a lecture on SDI, and I believe that was June 1982 at Los Alamos. As I was walking up to the lecture hall, I wanted to hear what Ed Teller had to say. as I was walking up to the lecture.
Dude, my juvenile's pretty wacky. That's why it's funny that I even said to Logan in the DMs, dude, we've been going back and forth for like 2 days. He started 2 days ago and hasn't quit. And I told him it was funny that the only thing they found in my juvenile record was that weed charge, because if they would have told the story about the junkyard, it would have made me look like a little tycoon. But he didn't get it.
Hall. I got there relatively early, thinking there would be a fairly large turnout.
My juvenile record was wild, bro. There was no violence or anything. It was just drugs and doing dumb shit.
Out there wasn't. I got there about an hour and a half early, and Ed Teller is sitting outside, and he had just bought.
I spent one night in jail, and that was enough for me. It scared me. The claustrophobia of it. Dude, being closed in, I don't know if I could survive it.
Paper out of the paper machine, and he was reading the front page.
Like,
and I thought, well, what an opportunity to
break.
introduce myself. I can say, well, I'm the guy you're reading about. I always wanted to meet you, so on and so forth. Just to get into some small talk. We talked for a little bit. He seemed interested in some things I had to say, and really just wanted to hear his viewpoints on certain things. And we had a cup of coffee together and a donut down at the cafeteria. That was the extent of our meeting. After that, I heard his lecture, and later, after I had moved to Las Vegas, when I decided to get back into the scientific field and sent out
resumes. You get a misdemeanor for like peeing in public or something.
To many other laboratories around the country.
Pooping.
Also
taking a poop in a bush.
And any government research organizations. I did shoot a resume to Ed Teller, too. He called right after receiving it and said, I had directed your resume to someone in Nevada. It's a highly classified project, and they'll be requesting an interview.
I'm trying to remember back. When you're a juvenile, they don't really... I don't know if you get, like, felonies, or... I actually think they classify them like that. I'm trying to think back.
Within 20 minutes, the phone rang. That was the request for the interview. So, obviously, Ed Teller gave it more than a nudge. It was more like a directive that this person will be interviewed for.
I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know if I hit a button, but earlier today it started running a live, and it took the edit from my last video, and it ran it for like 3 hours, and people were thinking I like passed out while making a video or something. And I don't know what happened. Either I butt dialed and started a live, but I don't think I can start a live from my phone. I was gone. I wasn't even home when that happened. So I don't know what happened, but for some reason it ran a video of just my screen for like 3 hours. Yeah, I still not sure. I just deleted it, but yeah. Thanks to everyone that checked up on me though.
For this particular job, and that's the bottom line. So yeah, he did.
I'm not sure what that was. Still,
early 1989, I was already in the program and working at a slow pace, because at the same time I had to go through
I ran home to feed the cats, and I was gonna start a recording session for one of these spaces on my PC, but I never did. So my PC was plugged in, but it wasn't open. Oh, I know, bro. He was in here to fuck with me.
Extensive security investigation. That was like
he was probably before I had. Dude, after you listen to these clips and spaces, Panda was probably hoping I was fucking
clearance from Los Alamos,
croaked out. That way he could go spread the drama and harvest it.
And this was something far above it, which I was told was 38 levels above shoe clearance. It required an executive order to be signed at that time. At that time, that executive order was signed by Ronald Reagan. The program, I was only in the program for a short time. However, I think that lasted all the way till April.
I just want to hear an answer to the pandering questions.
April 1989, when we finally parted ways, and there's a whole story behind that. Initially, during the interviews, it was never...
Panda lets me down, bro. Honestly, just being real, I want to like Panda, but after some of this stuff from these spaces, it's almost like you can't. Like, he doesn't leave you room to be cool with him, because they're saying such hurtful things about my friends, my closer friends on the app, that I can't in good faith be cool with him. It's frustrating.
Specifically stated, hey, Bob, we're going to be working on flying saucers or alien craft recovered from crashes or recovered from wherever. The job title was a senior staff physicist. I was to be working on advanced propulsion techniques. Certainly when I made a few trips out there, began reading briefings, things dealing with the origin of the craft, the race or the type of aliens that...
Ooh, type of aliens. That actually reminds me, I have a really crazy space to go over, but we're probably gonna do that tomorrow night. I'm gonna save it for Friday. Tomorrow night will be the last episode for this season. Then I'm gonna mix things up.
Piloted the craft. Specifics on what these looked like, what their physical structure was from autopsy reports, things of this sort. Seeing the hardware, I realized that this is not a research effort, that this is back engineering, and that we have the device, the craft itself, and
It would have been nice if they explained what that photo came from.
we are working backwards to find out how it works. They have the finished product, and
That was a
really
cool
want to find out the
photo, but where'd
manufacturing
it come
technique,
from?
the basic physics in it, and it became very obvious what we're working on. But it was strange that even up till the very end, really no words were said about what was going on. The time I saw the craft...
Yeah, the space tomorrow night, it's O'Leary is gonna make his triumphant return to UFO Twitter nightly.
Large disc,
So
flying
you know
saucer,
it's
typical
good.
flying saucer. Even that, I basically put out of my mind thinking, well, this obviously is a creation of the government, some sort of advanced type of flying vehicle, maybe an advanced fighter of the future. And this explains all those crazy flying saucer stories, people just seeing tests of this craft. The real striking part was when I saw the interior of the craft and noticing that the seats and everything were extremely small, obviously made for a small creature or children. Obviously, they wouldn't
Yeah, we're going to.
let
Give me a
children in there,
second.
but
Be patient, broken hip. I got like 2 hours to fill out.
and that was before I got heavy into it to see that we were talking about strange languages and things and technology.
I'm just going over the Twitter post.
So on and so forth. The information.
I just want to see what Bob says about when they ask him about the prostitution charges.
Concerning the craft itself, just the hardware is very compartmentalized. There's a group that deals with specifics on the navigational
I'm gonna
equipment,
be
the specifics on the
frustrated if
metallurgy
he
of the craft,
doesn't.
and the specifics on the
Mention it.
propulsion and power system of the craft, which is what my group worked on. That in itself created a focal point for our research and looking into what we were dealing with.
What, you mean like
so
crack?
In a short amount of time, because that was all we had to look at, really gained
no.
quite a bit of information on how.
No, the space. There's one space that's like an hour and a half of bullshit, and that's the UFO cult space. I have like a whole hour of Logan and Tupa Cruise spaces to go over tonight. The UFO cult space, I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. So we'll have spaces for both nights.
How things operated. Of course, verifying the employment there is somewhat difficult. Los Alamos denies I have ever worked there, as does Kirkmeyer, even the subcontractor for Los Alamos, which is interesting. We went back and were able to dig
They
up
just didn't really
an interlab
jive
directory
in
phone
the
book with
same
my name in it.
episode. Plus, I mean, going over these Tupa Crew spaces and this Psych Ward Mike space, there's like, I think 40 maybe 30 minutes of it, so that'll probably take us up. And then I want to cover lolcow shit too.
Certainly, I got
to
some of
close on.
my colleagues from Los Alamos to verify that I worked there, but for the most part, Los Alamos has kept everything pretty quiet and even denies that I ever lived in the town, though I'm known by many people in the town and many of the people I worked with.
He's not going to talk about the brothel.
When Lazar went to trial on unrelated charges in 1990, even the judge agreed that Lazar seemed to be a man without a country.
We do have a W-2 form of record that shows that he worked for the United States Department of Naval Intelligence. And I also note that he is in fact listed in the Los Alamos National Laboratory Telephone Directory. It's obvious that it's very difficult to get information on this.
What the fuck? They used it almost as like a flex. Like they took the clip from when he was getting charged with running a whorehouse and used it. Well, when this was happening, the judge said you're a man without a country. So that somehow they twisted that into like a positive. That's hilarious. Okay, this video right here, dude. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there was a clip that went viral that they were circulating on ice running up on guys, a roofing crew, and rounding them up and how funny it was. Look at what happened with this shit.
Sister who assisted ICE in arresting her own workers has been arrested and faces felony charges. The homeowner had hired 6 Guatemalan workers who had been working nonstop for several days, putting in long hours to finish the project on time with the job nearly complete and expectations that payment was finally coming. But despite the work being almost finished, she still owed them roughly $10,000 in unpaid wages, money they had already earned through days of labor. And then, just before payment was due, she made a decision that shocked everyone involved. Instead of settling the debt, she proactively contacted ICE and coordinated with law enforcement officers on site. What happened next was captured on video and quickly began circulating online. The workers still on the roof and in the middle of their job were suddenly ordered to come down with no warning and no explanation. One by one, they were taken into custody, some of them detained immediately before they even had a chance to grab their tools or process what was happening. Witnesses at the scene were...
They had to leave all their tools. They didn't get paid for their job, all the work they had just done. And this heartless bitch would rather have all these guys arrested instead of pay her bill. And I remember I've been challenged a few times by people in spaces saying things like they're only going after criminals, and that's not true. They're not going after workers. What the fuck is this? This is why I'm convinced that the alien.gov thing is going to be a database where they expect Americans to go on and report people. It's going to be a database where you can report and catalog, roofers and restaurant workers and our neighbors, and that way when you don't want to, give them money, you can just have them deported. It's so despicable, man. That shit was so next level. Uh, Here another MAGA is just having a rough week, aren't they? Trump's former spiritual advisor, Pastor Robert Preston Morris. It's been released after serving abusing a 12-year-old girl. This is the guy, one of those guys you see in the Oval Office praying over Trump with his hand on him. And there he is, making America great. Boebert looked foxy, so I grabbed this. Let's see what she says.
Involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
Oh, there's Elizondo. They all say no.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
Most important information will be the biologics.
I want to see Foxy Boebert again.
There are rumors that have come up to the Hill of a secretive project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement.
I mean, Boebert looks good at least. Dude, she looked awful the other day, and then you see her hair, and she looks pretty.
Enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
Most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Non-human biologics, interracial alien mating? What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
Yeah, I had a guy who was
is it possible that this is the same information that Burchett is talking about? Burchett recently said that he was given information that would freak everyone out if they heard it. It sounds like it's probably the same story.
Who was uniformed. He was
If I had to
a
guess.
senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living.
Yeah, but Burchett, I think he probably got the same story about these hybrid programs. He's hinting about a story. I always wonder why even say this shit if you can't give us the dirt on it. If you can't tell us who was saying it and show us, why even mention it?
Were enforced breeding programs with humans that had
Otherwise,
been
it's just
abducted
clickbait,
from war
right?
zones and from even
It's just
caravans of
stringing us
migrants.
along.
Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the
I didn't
whistleblower
verify
was
this.
telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened, and what he wanted was a group members of Congress to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up.
That's kind of interesting to like storm all these locations at the same time so they can't scramble and cover it up. I mean, that's kind of cool.
8 locations at one time, and so
that's
that
a good idea.
What do you mean non-human biologics? Like this?
Well, that was the testimony of David Grush before the House Oversight Committee, which I joined, and the testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery, that it wasn't just the hard materials, it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
Yeah, sounds kind of dicey. The crew that got suspended for going and hanging out with Kid Rock, Hegseth, he like did lifted the suspension. I think it was what I said. That they were sent. Like Hegseth or one of those idiots, MAGA sent. Go say hi to Kid Rock this morning. He's been really being cool to MAGA, and it pissed somebody off, and yeah. But it's okay to go spend. I don't know how much it would cost to do something like that, like a flyby, but I know it probably wouldn't be cheap. Like to just go for no reason, dispatch a helicopter, a military helicopter. All right, so we're gonna get into these spaces. Annie's going all nutty. Where's my? All right. So the first space is, I believe, this one is gonna be Logan. Yeah, it was Logan's Forever space that he had going. So let's play this one first. I was sent this one, and you're gonna notice a theme in these, man. These guys talk about like not having anything else to fucking talk about, because these are separate spaces. And I was sent this one first. If you've been watching my channel, you've heard me mention one of our friends is seriously ill. It's no one's fucking business what's going on with him. So I'm not gonna share what, but he's seriously ill. He's in the fight of his life. He's a young man, younger than me, probably younger than most of us, and he's dealing with an illness and having to make decisions that are changing his life rapidly. He's going to doctor's appointments and getting bad news, and these guys just can't get enough of it. And we'll go ahead and play it. Keep an eye on Nova down here in the corner because yeah.
There's a lineup.
You might notice Nova's no longer in the chat. And yeah, I'll explain it here in a second.
There's a lot of shit
Who
Atlanta's up, dude.
cares? I don't even know who these people are. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? So this one girl does kind of push back. Like, why are you guys even talking about this? Like, we don't even know these people. But what they do is Panda, you can see right here, co-hosting. Logan and all them changed their PFPs to match Mellow Seaman for some reason. But that's Logan. That's full spank Logan right there hosting. This space went on for like a day and a half. And Panda would pop in. This is one of the spaces they were trying to get me to join. They kept sending me invites, and I was just clowning them. And yeah, let's go ahead and listen to what they got going on in here.
The babe is transitioning. He was having vocal cord surgery.
So let's just.
Where's it line up?
There's a lot of shit
Who
Atlanta's up, dude.
cares? I don't even know who these people are. Who gives a fuck?
The babe is transitioning. He was having vocal cord surgery.
Oh my god.
No, God sauce. You know he has a brain tumor, right?
Yo,
Like, he might
what is
die.
wrong? Wait, why are
Is
you?
that what she
I'm
told
gonna
you?
cry. What the fuck?
Listen to this Jenny girl. I don't know if it's Sarah Beth or Jenny saying this, but there does seem to be one person in there that does kind of have a soul. And she's like, wait a minute, you guys are getting your rocks off by clowning a guy with a brain tumor? But I don't hang out with these fucking people, so I don't know if it's Sarah Beth or Jenny. It's one of these little Twitter groupies here.
Is that a real
Yeah,
thing?
no, Gabe the Babe.
Is that a real thing? Pay attention to how excited Panda is to talk about this guy's, health condition.
Is that a real
Yeah,
thing?
no, Gabe the Babe.
Dude,
Yes, he has a
what the
tumor.
fuck,
He might
bro?
die any day.
He has a tumor. He might die any day, which is pretty accurate. I didn't want to put this guy's information out there. And Jenny here seems to think it's hilarious. I don't know if it was her, or Sarah Beth, because Sarah Beth's thing's lighting up too. So maybe she's the one going, "Ew, why are you guys laughing about somebody dying?"
It makes sense.
Good lord.
Holy shit.
Take me back to my home planet.
Now I have to unblock him.
Now I have to unblock him. Dude, what the fuck is this? What is this? This is a UFO Twitter space clowning a guy because he's got a brain tumor, and this is not the first time. Okay, a guy I mentioned in my videos a couple episodes ago, Sictanic, the guy that solved that the horrorcore homicides from that video, from the Ewu video. He was battling cancer with chemotherapy, and they gave him the same treatment. It doesn't matter what it is. I was talking with a friend in my DMs about how I would feel if, say, one of my biggest nemesis in the community, Chase or Mike, if they were terminally ill. And we both pretty much agreed that we would try to end the feud. That way they didn't have to worry about it anymore. Like, I would legit try to just be like, look, dude, whatever issues we had, just don't worry about it. Focus on you. But look what the fuck these guys do.
I think I'm friends with them on my normal profile. Or whoever them respect.
And you got what they're doing. You're gonna see a lot more of this in the next clip. Is they're trying to clear everyone from following guys like me and Gabe. That's how this comes up in this space. Is that's how we don't grow. Like I just stay stagnant because anyone in this space now is gonna go look at who they're talking about and either unfollow them or block them. That's how you end up with I've never talked to this person. Why do they have me blocked? Because these guys can live on Twitter and do this all day long. We can't really match it. We all have jobs. We got families to worry about. Gabe's sick. He's got to worry about that. Everyone has jobs, bills. For some reason, these guys can just live on the app, and you can't match it because they are always representing the UFO Twitter space, doing this. So this is the group that decides if you get either destroyed on UFO Twitter or you're a good neighbor. You're invited into the cool kids club. You're gonna see a lot more of that in the next space.
I don't know what the deal is because I don't know.
This whoever's talking doesn't want anything to do with it. She's the only one that seems to have a little bit of integrity. Like, you guys are kind of fucking gross here.
Horrible.
Looking
Oh my
horrible.
gosh.
He's such a dick. Like
Oh,
he
is
should have been
he?
the brain tumor. Oh yeah, it must be the brain tumor
But
because he
that
was
does
like
something to you.
rabid.
I noticed they keep talking about how big of a dick he is, but they never give it any excuses or reasons. Like, what did he do to you? They do this to me a lot. Like, you're a liar. You made her cry. You did this. Well, what did I lie about? Who did I make cry? What did I say to them to make them cry? They don't give any of those information. It's just he's a dick. Trust me, bro. And well, dude, they're all big counts together in a space. They must know what they're talking about, even though they all got charges for things like beating women and robbing stores and cooking meth. But we should just take their word for it that these are bad people and that they deserve to get a brain tumor and possibly die young.
It does. You're right. It could very well have something to do with people's
I'm gonna.
activities.
Can we talk about something else? I'm like literally gonna cry.
Dude, I actually kind of have respect for. I need to find out who it was talking. I think it's Jenny. But the problem is, you didn't leave the space, did you? You sat in there and kept hanging out with these scumbags. Like, that's the problem.
Such a funny name.
Interesting.
Oh, look. I wanted to clear some of this stuff out. So you see Nova down here 100 and laughing, eating it up. So, and it was surprisingly, Panda just mentioned something about Nova. I got a thing from Nova over here I want to show you guys real quick. That way I can delete it and clear some space. This is really telling. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here, pull it to the front. Well, I'll pull it out here and I'll just read it to you guys. So this is Nova. Back the first round when they made fun of Gabe for being ill. And I explained to Nova in my DMs back when we were bros that dude, Gabe's seriously sick. Like, what you guys are doing isn't cool. And look what he says here. Oh man, I didn't know. Yeah, I popped in for a minute, but I didn't realize. And he goes on a rant about how he's got relatives that are pretty much going through the exact same thing. I block it out because it's no one's business. He told me this in privacy, so I blocked it all out. But he talks about how he's got people that are going through pretty much the same thing that Gabe is. And he says, I apologize, I was unaware. I didn't know he was sick. And then he says it, this last one. It honestly is making me feel bad, dude. I didn't know that. I'm really sorry. Well, don't apologize to me, dude. You didn't laugh at me for having a brain tumor. And here he is, a few days later, doing the exact same fucking thing. So, how do you trust these guys after this shit, right? Like, you just apologized for laughing at one of my friends for dealing with a serious illness, and you admitted clearly it was wrong, and 2 days later, here you are again. So obviously, I'm glad that I got this clip because I was a little bummed about Nova, and once I saw this, I was like, well, obviously I made the right choice about cutting that piece of garbage loose. Felony Flock don't play with that bullshit. All right, let's get to the other one. Let's see. He apologized because he got called out on it. Exactly. Exactly. All right, this is the longer one. This one's 20 minutes. I'm gonna put it up to the top. I want it to be so it sticks out. This is kind of clunky. Oh, there it is. And I got a lot of screenshots around. That's why it's such a mess because there's things in the said in this space that I'll pull up screenshots and. So what we got here is a space from Psych Ward Mike. He's called UFO Comeback Kid. Red Panda Koala is speaker hosting. I think he's just speaker at this point. But we'll get into it and we'll see. We'll see. This is a separate space now. So the next day, the very next day, most likely.
Pandering I've ever seen.
These people, they
Red
just
Koala's
say
pandering all the
literally
time.
anything to keep their slush funds going. Like, they don't.
So I'm gonna read everyone out. Interstellar and J Just are in there. Spider Wanker Paul is in there. Some guy I don't know. Crybaby Flak Magnet and the Wiener Deacon, and then you have Psych Ward Mike and Panda and Tupa. Oh, not Nora is the only female.
Care.
She appears to get out of there.
Am I the only one that thought that Bill Maher sounded completely psyoped? Because like his rant, like it was just all the bait. I'm the only one who thought that.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, when?
I know I'm not, but thank you, Jesse. I
Which
appreciate it.
which one was that one?
It was last Friday. He like went on to a little
He did like a
monologue about.
10-minute spiel.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did.
but
I
it was
missed a
like
Bill Maher spiel.
We just started this space. You didn't miss anything really. The only one I went over was the other one, so I just started this one.
it's very it's very like psyoped, bro. He sounds like he just I don't know some of the
This interview, I don't know what they're talking about. It spirals into insanity. Give it a second.
newbies that come in the community. You know what I mean? Like he just finally.
I can't believe he's
Figured
still
he's like-
around.
Like a
Isn't he
Gabe the
like
Babe.
90?
See, look, Panda is the one that pushed the conversation towards Gabe. They were actually having a ufology topic conversation there. They were talking about this interview, and Panda every time he's the one to start throwing the shit at Gabe or me or whoever. So I mean that's the Keemstar method, ain't it? We're gonna get into that a little later.
Total Gabe.
I went full
Yes.
Leave him alone, please.
Oh, J Just, you're so cool. Immediately, J Just is like, dude, you guys are dicks. The guy's sick.
I'm allowed to talk about people,
seriously,
Justy,
how old is
and
Why?
he's got
Why
my
not?
address
Why,
still on his
Justy? This
feed. You should tell him to take
this
my
isn't
address off
yours?
his feed, and maybe I'll do that. But I wasn't even talking about anything
I'll
other
talk
than
about
the
it
fact
whatever the
that
fuck
when
I
he
want.
first
How about that, Justy?
Get him, Red.
So you'll notice now that J Just is the only female. So you got like what, 6, 7 guys all going at J Just. Just like they did to Money Penny, Money Penny said the same shit happened to her.
have you ever told him that, Justy?
I've told him repeatedly. He won't do it.
And anyways, I wasn't even saying anything bad. Just that
He's
when
a piece
Gabe
of
first
shit.
came around, he was like, like the age of disclosure is gonna, just when people are wide-eyed, he just
The funny thing about Panda crying about here, I'll just go ahead and show one so I can start clearing stuff. Panda always crying about getting doxxed is this right here. He was when he first started his ufology career and was trying to push his YouTube channel, he put his name and everything out there. His face, his voice, his name, his full name. They cry about Mike. Mike starts crying. Psych Ward Mike starts crying about getting doxxed too. Mike was in he had a channel on YouTube that was going by his own name, and he's been, Lou Reviews ran his name out, so they're just recycling gripes. But Panda at one time went by his full name, so he can't really be doxxed if he's already put his name out on YouTube. That's just my opinion. Now the address and stuff, I don't agree with that. I don't think anyone should be putting people's address and shit out.
example of somebody who came around wide-eyed. Hopefully, he doesn't go full Gabe the Babe now.
It doesn't go full Gabe the Babe. The only thing I can come up with why they have an issue with Gabe is because he defended me and supported me when he came into the community. They all tried to kind of drive that wedge and convince him, and he wouldn't buy into it. He was like, I kind of think TJ stuff's funny, and he's never done anything to me. Kind of the same attitude Jay just has here, and they just can't handle that attitude. They never give a reason why they don't like Gabe. Like they don't ever explain like what he did to them. Flak Magnet goes on a little crybaby rant. That's kind of funny, but
Because he came in wide-eyed, but telling everybody they were fucking wrong, and he knew what he was talking about. Like, he was a bit controversial on purpose, I think. And I think
no, dude. And what's funny about Flak Magnet is he joined the community, and within like 2 days, he was getting up in spaces being like, "Well, the Loot Crew hate group's definitely responsible for all the problems on UFO Twitter." Like, dude, he didn't know anything about anything. He immediately got brainwormed by these guys and was spreading it. We didn't even know this guy. And he was spreading, saying we were, the Loot Crew and stuff. He's a Tupa minion that Tupa and Panda weaponized this guy within a few days. Like he didn't give any attempt to find out what was going on. He's just like, well, these guys have bigger accounts. They're saying this. It must be true. He's a douche. Biggest douche around, if you ask me. Besides maybe Spidey Paul. But I will get to that here in a minute.
he's getting what he deserved, And I
I
leave.
think that's
his name.
Okay, so this is where it starts. He says Gabe's getting what he deserves because he's sick. Listen to Panda's reaction.
Like the age of disclosure is gonna, just when people are wide-eyed. He's just an example of somebody who came around wide-eyed. Hopefully he doesn't go full Gabe the Babe now. Start
Yeah, because
doxing people.
he came in wide-eyed, but telling everybody they were fucking wrong, and he knew what he was talking about. Like, he was a bit controversial on purpose, I think, and I think he's getting what he deserved, And I
I
leave.
think that's
his
a
name.
thing to
I
say
leave his name out of. I leave
to
his
be
name out of my mouth.
personal.
I don't
I
think
really
that. No,
respect him.
pray
Oh
for
yeah,
Gabe.
100%. He's
I
a
heard you.
psyop.
Panda doing that pray for Gabe shit, even though he's the one that pushed the conversation to dump on Gabe. It's patronizing. He thinks he's the smartest one in the room that we don't understand. He's just trying to like get clips and patronize us. It's disingenuous. It's why you can't have a real conversation with these guys. They'll lie to your face. Everything is a work to these guys, including when a guy is, facing a terminal illness.
Individual, but he did that shit willingly. He like walked into the
I heard he
CIA
had a
office.
career transition.
back.
He's a mime now.
So if you didn't catch that, Wiener Deacon just said he's a mime now because Gabe's brain tumor has affected his voice. So more jokes about the side effects of his illness.
I think you people are heartless, to be quite honest.
No.
That's where the title of this episode came from, is Jay just calling him Heartless right now. Because that's the only way to describe it. Is being a sadist, which is somebody who takes pleasure in someone else going through hard times. Like you just love watching people struggle, which is being a sadist, which is typical in the MAGA, movement. UFO Comeback Kid, Psych Ward Mike here. One of my closer friends on the app, I was in a space with him while he was saying it was funny my dad had just died. So this is a common theme with these guys. Sictanic, I mentioned earlier. They were clowning because he was on chemotherapy, was posting photos of his journey through chemotherapy. They were all in a space clowning him. Everything's a joke to these guys. There's no limits, and it's sadistic, it's vile, and yeah, it's heartless. Jay Just is absolutely right.
It's just when
These are some of the worst people I've ever encountered in my life. I had to come to UFO Twitter to encounter some of the worst people that just don't give a fuck about nothing. But they care so much for, their little sextortionist or Logan or UFO Shane. They got to protect those guys. Psych Ward Mike.
Never
somebody
wish
you
that
don't.
Oh,
on
I'm supposed to
even
feel
on
bad for
my
a guy who
worst
like fucking
enemy.
does
I
that
would
to a
never
friend.
wish that.
Does that to a friend? Did what? Chase, you're so fucking violent and awful. No one wants to be associated with you. Nobody did anything to you.
And you know what?
Wish
There
what?
is
I haven't wished
karma in
nothing
this
on him. I think he
world.
got what he deserved.
This community,
That's all
There's
wishing.
karma.
So you have Flak Magnet a second time saying he got what he deserved. That he deserved to get a brain tumor. Even if he came into UFO Twitter acting like the biggest prick ever, nobody deserves to get a fucking brain tumor.
not real
world,
life.
though.
Gabe is seriously ill, and like everybody should be wishing him the best, because this community is, it's not real life; it's just online, and there is real life outside this, and
He really
like
made my
like a-
sister cry. I really had to talk to my sheriff about his actions.
Okay, I wanted to address this. Panda brings up he made my sister cry. Panda, that was your decision to tell your sister what was going on. You could have been like, look, I got a bunch of drama going on the internet. Most of it's my fucking fault, and my sister got pulled into it. But it was your decision to tell her what was going on. So you made her cry.
You know what I mean? And I told him about that, and he said, "Fuck you, fuck your sister."
No, he said, "Suck my
You went
dick,
after
Red."
him, Red.
How did I go after
You
him, Justy?
started it. You played.
You guys started attacking that guy with homophobic attacks the minute he got here. You were making the I got a few of them here. All these Lou Elizondo sex cult allegations were launched against Gabe. Here's Tupo. Let's pull some of them up. Remember when Tupa was saying, is Lou Elizondo actually honeypotting vulnerable men into gay satanic cults? And what they were posting, they doxed what they said was Gabe's only, what was it, a Tinder account, and it was his photos. And then this wasn't enough. This wasn't enough to post this. And what this was a reaction to was Lou Elizondo following Gabe. They were all mad that Lou Elizondo followed Gabe, and they did that. And then it wasn't enough. They had a whole space. Um, let's see, is this it? Yeah, they post that, and then I don't know if I have it up here. Oh yeah, wait. Well, they had a space called Lou Elizondo grooming vulnerable gay men, and it was all about how, because Lou Elizondo followed Gabe, yeah, a lot of gay homophobic attacks from this crew, this hate group. It all seems to, which is so ridiculous considering anytime these guys get around each other, contact in the desert, whatever, it's like Panda and Kimball sneaking away and playing grab ass. Like and they're the one launching all these homophobic attacks at everybody. It's just so absurd and stupid.
Space.
How
You
dare
played
you,
his
Red?
space, okay?
I played his
you
space
all
where he
made
was
fun
trying
of
to cancel
him.
You played
experience.
his
You all
space.
made fun
You
of
can't
him.
do that.
So
Okay,
because
you
of that,
asked
he's
for
allowed to
it.
make
If
my
he
sister
didn't
cry
give
and
us
do
so
shit.
much
You're
ammunition,
right.
we would
It's
have none of it,
extreme.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with him doxing your address and shit, but he fired back because you guys attacked him through the door. And you had no good reason to. What, because he was gay? He had a Tinder account? What's your reason? I mean, the only reason was because he was supportive of people you didn't like, and dude, he's a liberal. Why would you think he would fit in with you MAGA lunatics? You guys are so simple-headed, man.
But I'm just saying, like
Fuck
when you
Gabe.
Yeah,
start with
fuck Gabe.
someone and you
Fuck
make fun
him.
of them,
So look, J Just is trying to be the only one that's like, you guys are jerks. She's the only girl in this space, which you will never see anyone else. Especially, I mean, I'm not. It sounds bad, but especially a female that'll go toe to toe with a whole space of guys like this. These wanker losers. It's really commendable.
you know what?
Just
You
play a space
people
and
are
say, hey, I don't think this
beyond.
dude should be canceling experience, and I don't think experience did anything wrong. So that was too far.
Even my enemies, I don't wish that shit on.
I don't wish that on
Great
him,
for
by the way,
you.
to
I
be
don't wish
clear.
him
I'm not
fucking
one of these
great on
people
it. I
who's
think he
like,
got what he deserved. There's a difference.
He made it happen to himself. Whatever.
We don't have the ability to cancel anyone. You guys are the only ones that have that ability to make someone's life on UFO Twitter miserable. I'm just one person. You guys don't even let me have friends. Like, so how are we any kind of threat to you people?
He put that
Yeah.
out there.
I mean, look, here's my 2 cents on Gabe.
oh, you also got doxed,
He
right,
is-
Mike? He doxed half this fucking panel, did he not?
Again, Psych Ward Mike, his name was out on YouTube. He had his full name on his YouTube channel. This is a rotation of drama. Lou Reviews and Mike had this same argument.
Not? Our address is
Yeah,
out
he
there,
loves
ufox.
doxing me. Yeah, it's very funny to him. He thinks it's a game. He thinks it's a joke. He thinks he's like some Batman. He's like a
Okay, listen to this. This is hilarious. Listen to this shit.
vigilante.
He literally put he was Batman, did he not? At one point.
Put up the bat signal.
Okay, Paul. What did you just say? Spider wanker Paul? This guy right here, Paul. He was holding spaces, okay, when he first joined the community, where they were chanting and trying to get orbs to appear. I popped in one of them. Was like, what the fuck is going on here? Because they were chanting on the mic and shit. I put a couple goofy comments in the comment stream, like, dude, this is one of the weirdest fucking spaces I've ever been in. And I've left. Couple days later, Paul's account gets locked for whatever reason. It happens on X. Tio's account went down. Who the fuck knows why? Paul tells everyone I hacked him. I had to be TeeJay in the hate group. They hacked me. And he turned his account into Spider-Man Paul. And he claimed that he was like a secret spy gonna like, hide and infiltrate the Loot Crew hate group. He's the first to do it. He went by Spider Paul. And he changed his PFP to Spider-Man. And he acted like he was hiding from me. He was telling people like, don't let TeeJay know this is my account. And dude, then he finds out somehow he got a report that told him why his account got, and it had nothing to do with me. But the damage was already done. Him and Carlos were going around telling everybody that I hacked his account. Paul was like, I think the first or second member of this group to accuse me of hacking their account. There's like 4 of them that I can hack accounts. Like, look at my fucking channel. Yeah, I'm out here hacking Twitter accounts. So stupid.
Yeah, but it's good, like,
But instead of just apologizing and being like, look, I was wrong about that, what I said about TeeJay, he just keeps me blocked and piles on the hate. But that's my only issue with this guy. And here he is clowning on Gabe because of the Batman post when his whole account was I'm Spider-Man, Paul.
You can not like someone, and you could like still wish them the best in real life. Like this is just all fucking nonsense online, isn't
I
it?
want him to heal up. I want Gabe to heal up, but it's not going
to here's Tupa.
Prevent me from criticizing his actions of the past and current actions.
That's fine, bro. You guys want to criticize his post, his actions? You want to play clips of his him talking in spaces and react to it? No one would have any issue about it. But that's not what you guys are doing. You're in here making jokes about a guy having a terminal illness.
Like, you know what I mean? And calling that out isn't like a wish for him to be sick or anything.
Should we not criticize him?
I know, Tupa, but some people.
Listen to what Panda says here, dude. This is so ridiculous.
Should we not criticize Hitler because he committed suicide and had mental health issues at the end?
No one wished
and then we can never say anything bad about Hitler?
Fuck him.
Justy, is that fair?
What did you say?
Should we not be critical of Hitler because he had mental health issues at the end and took his own life and should have called the suicide hotline instead of doing what he did?
What the fuck is he talking about? Panda, are you still in the chat? What are you trying to say here? Like, dude, this is either extremely stupid or it's extremely hurtful and vile. Like, I'm not sure. Comparing it to Hitler, saying that he should have unalived himself? What the fuck are you saying, dude?
It's good, like, you can not like someone, and you could.
So you have Interstellar and J-Just are the only ones in here that are trying to explain to these psychopaths there's a difference between having little beefs on the internet and making jokes about someone who's going through the fight of their life. Like it's next level shitbaggery, and some reason this whole group don't seem to understand that.
Like, still wish them the best in real life. Like this is just all fucking nonsense online, isn't it?
I want him to heal up. I want Gabe to heal up, but it's not going to prevent me from criticizing his actions of the past and current actions at all. Like, you know what I mean? And calling that out isn't like a wish for him to be sick or anything.
Should we not criticize Hitler?
I know, Tupa, but some people.
Should we not criticize Hitler because he committed suicide and had mental health issues at the end?
No one wished
and then we can never say anything bad about Hitler.
Fuck him.
Justy, is that fair?
What did you say?
Should we not be critical of Hitler because he had mental health issues at the end and took his own life and should have called the suicide hotline instead of doing what he did?
This is the worst analogy in history.
Is
Just to let
it?
you know.
Interstellar. What the fuck are you talking
She did
about?
say her worst enemy, so I can see Panda taking it to an extreme here.
What?
I don't.
Says the guy who checked himself into a mental hospital to avoid facing the music for all of his internet harassment.
Want that kind of energy coming back to me. Like, I believe that if you put something out there, it comes back to you. And if
That's
you're
what
like
Flack
cool
said.
and
That's the same thing Flack said that it happened.
That is not what Flack said, you fucking moron.
I said too. He put it out there and it
I'm
came
just
back to him.
saying, like, do what you want, but like, if you believe that that comes back, energy comes back to you, then
Dude, I totally believe in karma also. It will come back most likely. And it'll be a time where you need people, you know, like you need someone to hear you out. Maybe you find out you're sick, you're going through addiction, and everyone's going to remember when you just laughed at them when they were all going through shit.
don't do that shit.
That's why I don't do the shit that he does, and I wish him well. And I'm not out here putting people's addresses out and their shit about their families out.
Dude, you're such a victim, Panda. You know, Logan tried that shit with me in the DMs. I might go over all of me in Logan's DMs tomorrow. I really might. Cause it's really interesting what he was trying to do. He started out trying to like befriend me, and then he's vile, and then he's calling me gay, like, and then he's saying I'm in gay porn. Like, it's like manic. Like, I might do that tomorrow. I'm just gonna say straight up, I don't really like sharing DMs, but when I'm to the point with someone where I know I should never have a reason to speak to them again, like as a person, I should never be talking to them again. I'm okay with sharing the DMs at that point, especially when they've tried to burn everything I've done.
Having
I
a good
hope
laugh
Hitler
at
is getting fucked with a pineapple backwards in hell right now. How's that? Is that
Oh,
too
okay,
much?
good one, Deacon. Is it long arms easy? Are your long arms being easy again? Moron.
No.
For you, no.
Where are all the girls, Panda? I wonder why no girls want any part of this. You scared them all away over in Logan's space talking about it. How funny it is that people get sick.
Okay, cool. Just making sure
Not
we have
trying
to
to
draw a
be.
line in the
Yeah,
sand
have you
somewhere.
guys heard from him though? Because it has been a few days. Is he good?
Listen to that little piece of shit. Is he good? I haven't heard from him in a few days, bro. We're just in here clowning him because a guy going through, you know, biggest fight of his life needs to worry about what the dumb fucks on Twitter are saying about him.
I'm sure he's fucking fine. There's no way he's not okay.
I mean, he said he had a tumor that was growing in his brain. So if you do pray,
How the fuck would you know, Psych Ward Mike? How would you know that guy's condition? Like, how? What's that based on? That you're sure he's fine?
for him.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, it's not fun. It's very sad.
It's very.
Oh, you sound really sad, Panda. Let's rewind. It's not fun. Very sad. Dude, you are just you're a pod person, bro.
You know.
Very sad. Not fun, bro. What the fuck, man?
Okay, cool. Just making sure
Not
we have to
trying to
draw
be.
Panda, you're breaking my heart, bro.
a line in the
Yeah,
sand
have you
somewhere.
guys heard from him though? Because it has been a few days. Is he good?
I'm sure he's fucking fine. There's no way he's not okay.
I mean, he said he had a tumor that was growing in his brain. So if you do pray for him.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, it's not fun. It's very sad.
It's very serious and it's very real. Yes.
I thought the tumor was missing, or like.
So now
Can I just
then they start debating his personal business, like what is a tumor? How does a tumor work? Well, a tumor wouldn't do that, because you know these dumb fucks all have medical degrees.
make a
That's rich coming from you.
Can I just make a quick point?
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Having
I
a good
hope
laugh
Hitler
at
is getting fucked with a pineapple backwards in hell right now. How's that?
There's no way he's not okay.
I mean, he said he had a tumor that was growing in his brain. So if you do pray for him.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, it's not fun. It's very sad.
It's very serious and it's very real. Yes.
I thought the tumor was missing, or like it.
Can I just make a
That's rich coming from you.
Can I just make a quick point?
Listen to this little tool flak magnet here in a second.
Guys, all right, so we go back before this even happened, right? We have can I just make a
Here it is.
They didn't know what it was. So that's interesting. I mean, Justy, she diagnosed it as COVID, so
They start picking at Justy because when Gabe was first sick, he was losing his voice. That's one of the first things he had, and we were all in spaces with him, every day when he was first getting sick, and all the symptoms he was having were like headaches, and his voice was getting raspy. So she mentioned once that it might be COVID, and I don't know why that's funny, but
yeah, that's a.
Are
If
you
they didn't
trying to
test
get
for
back
that
at
at the
me,
hospital.
Chase? Is this your way of
For
getting
what?
back at me?
No, I just thought it was one of the funniest things I've heard.
Well, he had
what is funny about that?
It might have been
something wrong with
COVID.
his
He's at the
nose.
hospital. Like they didn't
Okay.
test for COVID. That's funny shit.
They aren't testing everyone for COVID these days.
Chase, why do you delete all your drunk spaces?
Listen to Interstellar.
I don't mean to record them a lot.
I'm gonna rewind this. Listen to what Interstellar says to Chase. He gets so rattled. It's so funny. Listen to this shit.
Chase, is this your way of
For
getting
what?
back at me?
No, I just thought it was one of the funniest things I've heard.
Well, he had
It might have been
something wrong with
COVID.
his
He's
nose.
at the hospital. Like they didn't
Okay?
test for COVID. That's funny shit.
He had something
Chase, why do you
wrong
delete
with
all your drunk
a
spaces?
sinus problem.
I don't mean to record them a lot of times.
I'll tell you right now why he deletes all of his drunk spaces. Because a lot of them have him crying in them. Chase, the tough guy of UFO Twitter, he has a history of crying when he drinks too much. And then what happens is he leaves for a few days, he deletes everything, and then he comes back and tells some really sad story about why he was crying. And if people don't give him his crying space, he gets all ragey again. Like it's kind of a cycle he does. But it's because he cries and threatens people and every space I've ever done is recorded on my Twitter account. The only one that I deleted was the one that Panda and Crew doxed me in, where we had the space where we all talked about how lame it was that Panda and his sister got doxed. Well, they all doxed me because I hosted that space. Right after the end of it, they doxed me in the comments, and I had to delete that one. But that's the only one that I've ever hosted that's not right there on my Twitter account where you can go listen to all of it. I don't ever say anything that I'm not going to stand by. Yeah.
Why do you want to go back and listen to him?
As if I'd go back and listen to your.
Like that was a burn. Dude, you're a grown man getting drunk and crying, literally sobbing in UFO Twitter spaces. How are you on the tough guy end of this? What Mike? Ooh, got him.
Drunk spaces.
You must. You're asking why I deleted them. You must be checking.
Well, yeah, we try to clip them, but you delete them too fast because you're embarrassed of yourself.
I just want to know, is it like are you like really embarrassed with your behavior?
No, I just don't like leaving spaces up on my timeline.
I just don't like leaving spaces up on my timeline. Why not? Why not? Don't you want the world to see all the fun conversations you're having? What's the problem?
I don't give a fuck. You show me better.
Is it because you guys are making threats against people and sharing weird shit and who else? God knows what else goes on. I ain't in those fucking spaces.
Better than that.
I was just thinking about how
you're a clown. You're the fucking. You're at least I have drinking to fucking make as an excuse. You're just a fucking clown all the time. Period. Like,
dude, Interstellar's account is probably the biggest legit account on UFO Twitter. It's probably the hottest UFO Twitter account right now. That's not botted to shit. Like, there's only a few that are legit, and his is probably one of the biggest and most legit. Tio's is pretty big, but like Chase can't even get. He's in the Tupa crew circle, and he still can't really get anyone to follow him. And that tells you how despicable that guy is. Because all you gotta do is participate in a Tupa space, and if you're at the cool kid table, your account should grow. His doesn't. But Interstellar is, like I said, probably one of the better accounts on UFO Twitter. People source it. Everyone's retweeting it, like big names and shit.
You know what to make of you.
So what the
You
fuck
and
is
TJ
Chase
and
talking
How much
Tio.
gratitude I have. Like,
He said you, TJ, and Tio. See, that's really telling. It's anyone who shows me any kind of support, you become a target. And guys, I'm really sorry. Like that's a tactic they know gets to me, and that's why they do it. They attack people that just become friends with me, and they know it bother. That's one thing that really does bother me.
Checking it
Just want
out.
to
You
know,
gotta
is it
figure
like,
something
are
out.
you like really embarrassed with your behavior?
No, I just don't like leaving spaces up on my timeline. I don't give a
Ooh,
fuck.
why didn't we get a ooh on that one? A goofy comeback that makes no
You
sense.
show me better than that.
I was just thinking about how
You're a
my
clown. You're the fucking. You're at least I have drinking to fucking make as an excuse. You're just a fucking clown all the time. Period. Like I don't even know what to make of you.
He's
You
I
and
was just
TJ
thinking of how
and
much
Tio.
gratitude I
He's
have, like, for
flustered.
the serial number they
He mumbles it, but he goes, "You, TJ, and Tio." He's flustered though, man.
have that they injected
And
me with.
all Interstellar had to do was say, "Why do you delete all your drinking spaces?" That's all it took. And he's stumbling and mumbling and getting mad and.
with
But listen to all the hate they can spit out to the rest of UFO Twitter, right?
the COVID and, like,
Yeah.
they know
Yo,
my
TJ
birth
is
rate
the
and
worst.
Here we go,
Fade to
bro.
What do you
bastard.
think about that, Jesse?
It's my turn, y'all. It's my turn now.
TJ's reign of terror lately. Can we talk about that, or just
I
me?
wasn't listening. What?
Okay.
Mm.
Do we have any? You had words for me that, like, I referenced Gabe the Babe as, like, he used to be someone who's really wide eyed. Do we have any words for TJ?
Yeah.
I know you're felony flock in the live chats. Any
Felony flock in the live chat. That's more trying to anyone who shows any support just pops in, see what my content about. That's all the internet is. Like, it doesn't mean we're besties. It means his content's kind of interesting. I pop in and hang out sometimes. But to these guys, it's a statement. And that's one tactic they've used, and it's been effective. They've kept me from really growing at the speed I should be, just through this kind of intimidation. Most people crumble to it, but Interstellar and J Just have been around for a while.
any words that way?
I have
Her and
nothing
Interstellar both
against
are.
TJ. I have nothing to say against TJ.
Do you condone his actions, Justin?
What actions? What actions?
I know what his
You
actions are.
support him? Do you
Okay,
like
don't
his
Like, what's
worry.
posts
worse,
I
me
about?
don't
saying
have
that
the
Gabe the
shit that
Babe was
goes on.
wide eyed, or TJ saying that we're all part of a child porn ring and we're covering for a gross actions against children?
All right, and this is where I'm gonna play this little video. This is one of the tactics they use. I've never said they're all part of a pedo ring or anything. What I've said, I'm just gonna play the video. This is my most popular felony talk clip video that I've ever done. It's getting towards 1,000 views, and I'm just tired of telling this story, so I'm just gonna play it. And yeah, uh, this explains it all right here for y'all. Kind of a lazy way to do it, but because they don't want. Look at my long hair, bro. I'm wearing the same shirt. They're making a name off the drama. Like, I am tired of this shit. No one likes to get doxxed. Like, it's not fun for anyone. Well, one of the things that came up at the end of that space was this Logan, this hard drive that everyone's afraid to talk about. So they've turned my theory on what I've said about this mysterious hard drive, And they've somehow turned that into that I'm calling them all pedos. That is not the case. The worst, at the very worst, what I've said is that they helped cover up this hard drive. So they're kind of adding to it. I've noticed that's a big MAGA tactic too, where they take what you're saying and then they throw in a bunch of stuff on top of it and change it. D. Antwoord did it to Gianni too. She's saying we're all doing these satanic rituals and that we all are, have sex slaves. She didn't say any of that. She just said Ninja assaulted her, right? Like, and this is all I'm saying right here. And I've noticed over the last couple of years, anytime this damn hard drive is brought up, things happen in my real life. Whether I got swatted, and the dial turns up anytime this thing is fucking mentioned. And I'm not gonna go into depth about it. It's been, whatever. People don't want to hear about it. I'm just gonna show a couple things here on my show. And so what started all this was Estimate just randomly asked me in that last space, why do you think there's DP rings? This is why. This is my answer. So hopefully people will stop throwing this at me and I can just say, well, just go watch. I've explained this over and over again why I think the things I do. Tupa, I had to delete the entire space because the doxing incidences were happening around it, and I just went through and deleted everything. At tail end of it, Tupacabra once again accused me that I'm making things up about Logan when I mentioned that you guys were holding ransoms. You were offering large amounts of money for the return of this mysterious shady ass hard drive. Tupa accused me in that space of just making it up again. You're making things up. You're always making things up. Dude, I took a shower and everything had changed my shirt, and it's such a funny coincidence. And so dude, it took me 2 minutes to find it. I'm just gonna pop. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's not that one. I miss my long hair. This one right here. Okay, it took me 2 minutes to find it. So there's the ransom. They were offering this $10,000 ransom, and it was for this hard drive. You can Google these old fucking posts. And here's Logan right here. And this went on for months. These guys, this is what I'm talking about when I say nefarious and disingenuous. They will sit in a space with hundreds of members of the community and accuse me of making things up. They all participated in this. So Tupa and Panda, they knew that this all happened. They're lying to your faces and trying to what they're betting on. I wish I wouldn't have had to delete that space that they doxed me in the comments, because you had Tupa in there saying I'm making things up about the ransom. They were saying in that space that they never offered a reward, that there was no rewards. I'm making all that up because they thought they had cleaned it all and scrubbed their post. A lot of this shit they go back and scrub. They missed that. I'm not going to put in the effort to go find proof. And usually it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But that is the tactic they roll with today, because a lot of this stuff happened a long time ago. And also, this clip is from 3 months ago. So when Panda was saying that, back when I said he was trying to steal my channel's ideas, he was saying I'd only been doing it a week. This was felony talk from months ago. Here's another Logan, thing he knew about. Urgent $10,000 reward in hard cash. It's so ridiculous, bro. Give me a second. In hard cash awaits the skilled sleuth able to retrieve the hard drives, plural. I always thought there was just one, intact and unscathed. So there's proof right there that what I said was true. They were offering large amounts of money for this hard drive, and they were all participating. Ocean was going around and doing investigative work. And look what it says down here. I don't know this Ty Love account. Was the last known person with them a close friend of theirs. Gustagoo says they sold it to a group of people who wanted dirt on me. So what would have been on a hard drive that would be considered dirt on somebody? Like, what could it possibly be? What was it? His fantasy football roster for the upcoming year? Did he not want people to know his taco recipe? Hey Ocean is possibly just kind of, dude. she's lonely. This is her family. This is her support system. I can't hate her for defending them until at some point when they're engaged in the worst of the worst, you are to blame, bro. You're part of it. But I don't know if Ocean knew what she knew about this hard drive. Who knows? I think Panda and all them knew, though. Now, Ocean knew that they were making illicit photos because she was a target of the first ones. They made ones of her. So the weird pee stuff, she was in them. They made them of her, so she knew about that stuff. What was it that was on there that would be considered dirt on him? And another detail in this shit is he mentions this Gustagoo person and says that she is a close friend of theirs. Alright, here, I want to move it forward. Okay, so... Are these questions? Here's the to protects and watches out for each other. This was a space that took place a while back, and I'll give the history after I play. I'm gonna give a warning. This space with this Larry guy's gross. And this was the spaces I was seeing going on in full spank Logan spaces, and this is why I started to think there's something weird going on over there. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here. It should pop up when I start playing it. Yeah.
Incest. Like his stories, he explains in the beginning that he does not endorse incest. But these are stories where him and
So this was a typical Twitter space that anyone could stumble into. Look, it even has a good UFO Twitter title there for everybody. It's got Logan hosting it. You have Mistress Morpho in here, and it's this guy named Larry. This guy named Larry right here, Larry Gurnt. The reason most people haven't heard of this guy is because he passed away. Shortly after this incident, he passed away. That guy was into incest and PDF shit, and we didn't give him a hard time when he was dying. And look what these assholes are doing. Dude, I heard people even being like, dang, man, that kind of sucks. Like, nobody said anything bad about him after he died. Hey, came off as a really nice guy. Everyone loved him. Like, look at his big account. He was super... Decent people just don't do that. That's sadism. Taking pleasure that someone else is going through a hard time. Decent people don't think like that. Friendly, he was just into some creepy, disgusting shit. And I'll go ahead and play this clip for you, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Perhaps. There is a ton of botting going on UFO Twitter. The big inflated gatekeepers, Panda, Tupa, Logan probably. Logan's account has never really grown out of control though, and it's he lives in these spaces, so it's gonna be big because he lives on Twitter. So I'm not sure if Logan's botting on his X account. Tupa and Panda.
incest. Like his stories, he explains in the beginning that he does not endorse.
Here, I'm gonna double check to make sure this is going out. Give me 1 second, yo. It's going out past TeeJay, you dummy. Get a haircut. Greasy motherfucker. Monitor and output. Yep. I learned, man. I learned from the KMF interview. Okay, here we go.
Incest. Like his stories, he explains in the beginning that he does not endorse incest. But these are stories where him and he writes a story about, I guess he's the main role, and he's got like 2 daughters and a wife, and they're all having sex, and the daughters are underage. They're not like little babies, but they're like 13, 15.
13, 15, 17 is a baby to me. I think it should probably be a baby to any grown man. Yeah, that's pretty gross.
17, that like that. And incest on top of that, right? So, but the way he
dude, when he does that swallow, it always creeps me the fuck out.
Describes it all sounds lovely.
I know, it's tripping me out.
It just, so it makes for really hot sex. I don't know.
So it makes for really hot sex, he says. And you could see the space there. It's a little, private, 6 people in it. Nobody cut the guy off. That's the type of stuff I was seeing to say, dude, I think there might be a little CP ring existing right under the surface on UFO Twitter. And
well, there you have it.
It all seemed to happen in around Logan's spaces. This Larry guy got outed and everyone canceled him because, dude, like, obviously, right? Like, but Logan continued to hang out with the fucking guy. I actually have a thing here, I think. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. So this was after that happened. This was a space Logan was having after all that shit happened. In that space, the guy talking about 13, 15, 17-year-old girls, how it's hot sex. Nobody confronted him until well after, until people pointed it out. And this was after that. It's Larry posting shit about KMF and he's tagging Logan. Look, he's tagging all of them. Oh, that's not the one I thought. There's another one where it's Logan and he's saying, "Sorry guys, my space just crashed. I think people are reporting it because of Larry." So he was well aware and he was still in these spaces with him. So all of that led me to say, like, dude, this is an environment that is friendly to this type of behavior. People can get comfortable, they can talk openly about it, and that hard drive, there was it's very strange to think Logan wouldn't have backed something up in the cloud that is worth all that trouble. $10,000 that he didn't have. He begged money to get home after he got out of jail. It just was all suspicious. So what I've said, and this is my official narrative, and this is the last time I'm going to fucking speak on it, these guys keep bringing it up in these spaces and they get me going and then they all ambush me. That's what happened in Marie and Ursula's space. Smith's situation asked, why do you think they're CP rings? I started explaining this, and then the nudes for dudes space with Kimball and Somber that we've seen, and then they all attack me. But this is why I think that, and the official narrative is that everyone who helped cover up that hard drive, all the people that were, trying to like network and find out who had it, who was holding it for his ex, they're implicated in it. They're part of covering up whatever's on that hard drive. Now, if there's illicit material on that hard drive, they're part of covering up illicit material. I'm not calling anyone the P word. Panda and Tupa and all them add all that. They put that on top of it. That's not the narrative. And I've said this several times in videos that they've all dissected. So they know what I think. They add all that I think everyone's pedos. I've never once said that. I said you all play with them. Obviously, from that space with Larry, y'all play with them.
Well, I don't know what goes on. I don't think you
yeah, so he thinks
do.
that's funny. This guy's a fucking clown.
You don't know what goes on, Justy, so now you're gonna validate.
So we're back to this space. Chase is getting worked up. The Interstellar's challenging him in a space, in a Tupac space where he's supposed to be protected and safe and get to bully everybody.
That, but me saying
No,
that
I
Gabe the
don't.
Babe was
I'm
white,
not
I
in
was
anyone's
wow.
DMs. I'm not in anyone's DMs, and I don't even
Why
follow
would you
what
even
goes
talk
on
to me if
here.
you thought that was even a possibility?
So what they're doing is they're trying to make my stuff, like TeeJay calling us all pedos, her problem. That's what they're doing right now. Trying to drive a wedge between me and JJ.
Gabe was wide-eyed, or TJ saying that we're all part of a child porn ring and we're covering for a gross actions against children.
I've never said any. I mean, whatever's on that hard drive, you all are covering for that. That's what I've said.
Well, I
Oh,
don't know what
Interstellar with
goes
the
on.
laugh.
I don't
Okay.
think you
Yeah, so he thinks
do.
that's funny. This guy's a fucking clown.
You don't know what goes on, Justy, so now you're gonna validate that. But me saying
No,
that
I
Gabe the
don't.
Babe was
I'm
white,
not
I
in
was
anyone's
wow.
DMs. I'm not in anyone's DMs, and I don't even.
Why would you even talk to me if you thought that was even a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, they're the bigger accounts, but talking about me and like Gabe, yeah, we're just people on X.
Why would you hang out in this space if you
I
thought that was
don't,
possible?
and I told you that.
See, obviously, like, what do my views and my theory on what's going on with y'all have to do with J Just and what she thinks? Someone explain that to me. We're not a cult. J Just can think what she thinks, I can think what I think, and that's fine. The problem is I have good reason to think the things I have. And you don't.
Did I not tell you that in a chat? In the chat? I told you that directly.
Oh, so basically what Jay just said is Panda has been bothering her in the group chat about it also. She said, "Didn't I tell you that in the chat?" So this is evidence of systemic harassment trying to say don't be friends with him. Don't be friends with him. You can't be friends with that guy. Don't be friends with that guy. And for what? I'm a nobody. Why do they care? Nobody cares what I say, Panda. Why are you so worried about it? Why are you spending so much energy on this shit? Keeping me down and making sure I don't have any friends on Twitter. It seems to be your guys' whole day.
I've never seen you be like, "Hey, TJ, it's not cool that you're accusing these people of being in a pedophile ring."
Red, you're in
go
TJ's
after
chat more than
Case?
anyone, so how can you
Do you go
complain that
after
people are in his
Case,
chat?
Red, when he's
Interstellar just said, Panda, you're in TJ's chat more than anyone. How can you talk shit to anybody? Which is a very fair question, because anything I do, Panda is right there. You know, coming up on 100,000 followers, Panda.
says shit to other
Case,
people? Do you go
Case,
after
I've gone after you, have I
anyone?
not?
I think that's a good
No, you
question, though.
don't.
I think that's a good question. If TJ's out here making crazy ass claims about people all the time, it is
crazy ass claims. Just crazy that I would think that UFO Twitter is becoming a friendly environment for Larrys. It's insane.
something to stand on, you know.
I mean, you just stood up. Maybe it's a testament to me to how receptible I am to your criticisms and other people aren't, because I haven't heard you say that to Gabe, and I haven't heard you say that to TJ. But to me, you're like, "How dare you?"
Maybe it's because everything I say makes fucking sense.
Can we just give Interstellar some credit?
I just said don't say those things
Here
because
They're piling in now to bully J Just and Interstellar. Here comes somebody else. UFO Mean Wank. I'm not sure. Like, these guys all have different accounts, so I don't know that guy. He hates me too for some reason.
mean face.
for you. Did I
Come on,
not?
bro.
No,
Let's
I'm
have
saying
it.
we should give Interstellar some credit, right? I mean, like he was extremely humble when dealing with small accounts like Astral. I commend the humbleness. I commend the the community spirit. You
He
know,
deserved
in
that.
being able to post misinformation, I feel like everybody should be able to do it. Nobody should be jealous. Really commendable. Yeah, I congratulate you there.
Thank you, bro.
The funniest part was that
I don't know what that was about. Someone in the chat is gonna have to fill me in on that shit.
you shared a screenshot of your comments with 2 likes, and you were one of the likes. That was the funniest bit about all of
Hey,
it.
I like all my own shit too. I will say that.
Panda said he likes all his own shit. Panda, dude, you have like tons of like bots to like your shit. Why do you do it? That's actually kind of funny. Like, cause this shit's so overly like artificially inflated that he needs that extra like.
But no, back to the TJ thing. I just think it's
Back to the TJ thing. Yeah, guys, get back to the TJ thing.
interesting. You know, we don't have to deep dive here. I know Mike's enjoying it though, but like, oh, Mike's also one, right? You've also been accused of covering up for this pedo ring. He calls you what, psych ward Mike?
I've never accused Mike unless he was sharing the files that they were sharing around. Whatever Kimball calls weird porn, if you were sharing that shit, you're probably connected. But yeah, let's hear from Psych Ward Mike.
Minimizes when you had to go to a mental health thing, right? Isn't that kind of punching below the belt on health, kind of like what they're
Punching below the belt on health. The reason why I think it's okay to clown and call him Psych Ward Mike is because he didn't go to the mental hospital to get mental health. He went there to try to avoid the protection order that Ray and Klaus were filing against him. I have a whole video about it where Dahlia was trying to apologize to him in the back channels. the little video. I'm sorry, I'm dropping my crazy husband off. Please don't file against us. So that's why I think it's okay to clown Psych Ward Mike. It's because it wasn't like he was seriously looking for treatment. He thought he could avoid taking responsibility by go checking in for a 30 or a 48-hour weekend hold or whatever the fuck. But if there was somebody that was really good, like Seamus, who has had serious, obvious issues, talking about self-harm, I take it very seriously. But these guys, yeah, you don't deserve to be taken seriously.
Accusing us of doing for Gabe, I don't know.
Yeah, he terrorizes my wife too on his
Listen
YouTube
to this.
channel.
Listen.
Saying things like, after Mike's dead, like, come hook up with me.
What? What the fuck did he just say? Dude, nobody asked him. Well, dude, we've dissected all of his videos. Why didn't we see that one?
Hey, I like all my own shit too. I will say
Listen
that.
to this shit.
But no, back to the TJ thing. I just think it's interesting. We don't have to deep dive here. I know Mike's enjoying it though,
So
but like,
funny, dude.
oh, Mike's also one, right? You've also been accused of covering up for this pedo ring. He calls you.
I've never launched any of these towards Mike. I don't talk to the guy.
What Psych Ward Mike minimizes when you had to go to a mental health thing, right? Isn't that kind of punching below the belt on health, kind of like what they're accusing us of doing for Gabe? I don't know.
Pulling the strings.
He terrorizes my wife too on his YouTube channel.
Terrorizes his wife.
Saying things like, after Mike's dead, like, come hook up with me and shit like that.
He terrorizes a bunch of women around here that I don't think people realize because the women don't want to talk about it publicly. But like,
so when they start talking about that shit, I don't know what they're referring to as far as what he's saying. I'm gonna hook up with after he dies. I've never said anything like that. And the female they often bring up to try to say that I'm bullying is just extortion. It's this girl right here, and yeah, I've tried to just move on from this, but Panda seems to weaponize this shit. Panda will grab if you have an issue with a girl or something, and he weaponizes it. And I've even told her, like, if they weren't trying to like use it, I probably wouldn't even be bringing this shit up. But this is the girl they're trying to say I was awful to. One of these goons tried to send her into my DMs to get D pics from me, talking about how she loves giving blowjobs and lesbian porn and all this weird shit. She's done it to several people, and actually, I have something I'm gonna show for the first time ever right here. I've never showed this before. When I first met her, she told me that she was honeypotting Jason Sands, and I I felt so bad about what she told me that I DM'd him. And this was like last year. It was like when I was like we were close, me and Jess were close. But what she told me made me feel bad for Jason Sands. And it's on my other phone that I got to activate and get the data off of. She said that she got real close with Jason Sands and he got all obsessed with her when she was giving him photos, which is what she did with me and other guys, bunching a bunch of nudes on him, and that he got obsessed with her and started giving her information about the upcoming documentary with Fox. And I shot this over to Jason Sands because I just didn't want it to keep happening to him. She said that he had just separated from his wife. Her exact words were, "I'm honeypotting Jason Sands, LOL." And dude, Sands hated me. I had clowned him, I trolled him a little bit. And I sent him this DM and I said, dude, I don't want to name names because I don't want to blow back on me. But because I knew if he confronted her and she threatened self-harm all the time. I was worried that what she might do. But I recently met a female on here that was bragging in DMs that she was honeypotting you for information. It might be nothing. She might have just been talking bullshit. But I'm not cool with that kind of manipulation, so I thought I should at least let you know. I broke off contact with her. This was one of the times I had broken it off with her for a couple weeks, but she came back in threatening self-harm, and she would kind of weasel back in. Start contacting my buddies, DMing them to say, will you check on TeeJay, see if he'll talk to me? I have a few, but I don't want to involve them because it's a mess. But I said, Be careful with some of these females. I've had it happen to me also. It bothered me. No need to reply. I'm hoping we can keep this between us. And he said, copy, thanks. And yeah, he sent like the salute emote. And he didn't say, what the fuck you talking about? Who are you, weirdo? He said, copy, thanks. And I did speak with him another time in DMs. And yeah, there you go. That just, you know, to back up my story. And that was like right when I met the girl. That was kind of how she tried to get in with me. Was bragging about how she was honeypotting Jason Sands because she had heard that we're this evil hate group, you know. So she thought I would be like, "Cool, dude. What'd you get from him?" And I tried to talk to her and be like, "Why are you doing this shit?" Like that's what the DMs are, but all right.
He makes girls cry out here on the regular. Really fucked up.
So when Panda says I make girls cry, or one of them said I make girls cry on a regular, they're referencing like Jess. And what happens is when I spill some of her bullshit, she melts down. And you know I'm not gonna like feel bad for the girl that tried to sextort me. She was a vetted mod at the time. Her whole mission was to get D pics from me. That's all it was about. And when I didn't give them to her, she broke it all. Like it went bad. She went into the Tupa crew, started spreading lies. I don't need to protect her, so I'm sorry if that upsets you, Jess, but it is what it is.
You never know though. In one of his conversations with himself between his account and alts, that shit's hilarious.
So
He'll literally just have a conversation with
I don't
himself
think
the whole time.
anyone on this panel can talk about being superior
I don't think anyone's talking about
in
being
that way.
superior.
So, Chase doesn't understand that I'm doing like a little comedic skit when I do that shit. Like I've done it to Panda. Like it's just a little bit. I think he might even be talking about like I don't know. Like it's you know how I do those goofy little skits. I used to do it with the Dark Heather parody. I don't know. He thinks it's like a sign of mental health or something, but it's just me clowning him.
No, but it's
Elaborate on
actually
that,
really
Jesse.
sad that people kind of gas him up like that, right?
Elaborate
Like,
on Jesse. How are we the same as TeeJay Felony?
I mean, just being decent.
Being decent. We're just being decent. After we just ran a guy into the ground because he's facing, you know, the worst illness of his life. We're just being decent. But TJ's awful because he got a sniff of something suspicious and talked about it.
You made the claim. All we did was ask you how, like, to back it up, and you walked it back instead of backing the claim up. That's on you.
Look at these two. They're like the fucking Legion of Doom, aren't they?
Can I?
Oh, dude, I love Interstellar saying that. They're like the Legion of Doom, aren't they? Interstellar, are you still in the chat? Did you used to watch wrestling? Dude, I loved the Legion of Doom. They were the ones that wore the shoulder pads with the big spikes. That's awesome. I gotta save time for the
You made the
lolcast
claim.
shit.
All we did was ask you how, like, to back it up, and you walked it back instead of backing the claim up. That's on you.
Look at these two. They're like the fucking Legion of Doom, aren't they?
Can I just?
Yeah, the Legion of Doom. 8 guys in what versus one girl.
Make a
that's rich coming from you.
Can I just make a
Legion of
quick point,
accountability.
guys? All right, so we go back before this even happened.
This is funny, dude.
Right? We have Darren, the Reverend, coming in and saying that, okay, everyone's free game because they all hang out with each other, and accessory to a crime or accessory to friendship, accessory to all this, puts you in the line of fire for this shit. And this is right when I got into the community, I was thrown in.
Flak Magnet wasn't being neutral. He was going up on the mic and saying things like, well, it's obvious the loot crew running around here causing problems. And it was because a couple of us had called him a tool. Like, you know, dude, you really getting brainwormed over there pretty quick. Yeah, like
whatever lists or whatever groups got blocked by people I never even interacted with, to where then when I started speaking out, I got pummeled, and then I just continued to speak out.
Welcome
But
got pummeled.
That's my point, Chelsea. Is that
Jay just said welcome to UFO Twitter. We've all been through it, little bitch baby.
that like Gabe came in doing the opposite.
Listen
he
to
came in
this.
poking at people. The first interaction I ever had with him was before I was in UFO Twitter. I was just hanging out in Logan's space one of the first times. He comes in railing about fascist and socialism talking points, and the second that I come out and said anything like counter to his argument, he brought in my follower count, which was at like 200. He then said, Twitter isn't going to take kindly to this, and if I were you, I'd back off and make another name. So when I was a
So you're gonna have some bullshit popping up on the screen right now.
nobody, was
Just
trying to
ignore it.
leverage his following to bully me out of my own opinion on whether fascism or capitalism is good. Like, fuck that. That proved to me he was 100% a bad actor.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like God kind of smote him, so he's it all.
So they just use the same joke that it's funny that God smited him. And they keep recycling that joke that, God is protecting this group of goofies on UFO Twitter for some reason.
Worked out in the end.
Pray for Gabe.
I wouldn't make light of that.
Yeah,
See, when Panda keeps slipping that shit in there, it's the pray for Gabe bullshit. He knows how vile all this is, and he knows there's a good chance this might be getting recorded. That's damage control. Like, so he can deny that he was involved in it, even though he steers the conversation that way every time.
You know what? He's a piece of shit. So I just the fact, like, whatever happened to him does not change the fact that he came on here lying about people, accusing people of things, doxing people's
He
addresses.
doxed you too, right?
Yeah. So like, why the fuck would I care that God thought like this guy was such a piece of shit? He fucking like backhanded he backhanded him not being able to speak. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. He sucks. Frankly, he was never on this app, the better.
Because you're a sadist piece of shit. That's the difference between me and you. You guys like watching people. Even that guy never did
He was a fucking
anything to
menace.
you.
Through and through. He was. Sympathizing.
You're not
with
allowed
because
to
he's sick
say that.
doesn't mean
You're not
nothing.
allowed to say that, mean face.
A piece of shit.
So, I just want to throw this up here so I can delete it real quick. This is Psych Ward Mike. I've showed this before. They've held spaces like this. I've never had any kind of allegations against me. I have no criminal record. I don't have a hard drive running around that I'm trying to make disappear. There's no reason for anyone to think anything of me. I've never shared any kind of photos with anyone from UFO Twitter. I've never sent any kind of nudity, pornographic material of any kind to anybody that I've met on Twitter. So there's zero reason to think this shit. But here they are. And this is, like I've said many times, this is a guy that Panda clearly knows did time in a mental hospital. But he's gassing him up to do shit like this, you know. But then he, like points the finger at everyone else for. It's just, man, these guys.
Piece of shit.
We're
Just
not allowed
because
to say fuck Gabe for the shit he did to people
He
that
said
fucking.
we're also not allowed to say
Jay, stop ass
say
licking
fuck
everyone.
TeeJay. But we can
It's
say
all-
fuck Tupa for Doty's Angel Space a year ago. When you were being
Yeah.
accused of crazy shit, it's crazy. But
Who is saying fuck Tupa? You guys have complete free reign. Like, what are you bitching about?
I chalk it up to like we're more approachable.
We're more approachable.
We
as we clown the guy that is ill.
play clip.
There's zero girls. Look, we're more approachable with Chase, Wiener Deacon down there getting drunk and crying, the guy from the mental hospital. And there's no girls. The only girl is JJ because she's in there defending her friend. Like, zero girls. We're more approachable.
Who have I accused of being in a pet ring or women that are like accused like horrible shit of?
I've watched you make spaces about me because I
CJ just straight up tells him, I've watched you guys do the same shit. She's watched you hold spaces called TeeJay Watches CP, no lie. So why should she feel bad for you?
posted.
So again, this is your Doty's Angels thing where the Doty's Angel space is
Can we be real? Like Doty's Angels.
Come on, bro. Just so you.
I want to show this real quick so I can clear it off too. I might go over all the Logan DMs tomorrow. I really might. I'm considering it. I think we could learn a lot from it. So this was part of it. He says right here, I've never doxed you. And dude, at the beginning, I was kind of trying to have I'll at least talk to the guy. He says, I've never doxed you or anyone for that matter get bent. That's what you do, idiot. But here he is, hosting a space, doxing me. So when they're coming at you like that in your DMs, it doesn't leave you any room to have a conversation. Because, like, they won't even meet you even close to halfway, you know? Like, you won't even admit that. Dude, you guys have doxed me dozen times. And in the early days, you were doxing me for criticizing the Rogers coin scam, the Rogers coin rug pull. It had nothing to do with any of this. At first, I was getting doxed over the Rogers coin stuff. So they've been doxing me since, or trying to at least. Let's see, what's this? Oh, this is the space I tried to find earlier. When I was showing Tupa saying that Lou Elizondo was grooming gay men, and then that wasn't enough, so he started a space. UFO grooming, how vulnerable men fall into homoerotic cults, and you got Jess Extortion front row, of course, because they slime together. She doesn't miss a erotic cult space.
Minimize this shit. Every time something bad happens to us, you're like, well, I was in a Doty's. You made a Doty's Angel
You're an
space.
underminer. I knew Red was an underminer.
About a space where you co-hosted, Justy, where he's saying we work for Mossad and all this psycho shit.
And
I don't know what it means to work for Mossad, but these guys are working as a group. They're working as a team or a Mossad, you could say. But when they start talking Mossad, I don't know what that means.
I can't control what Doty says. Just like you can't control when you have Nazis on
So the
on
point,
your
but to be
panel
like,
talking about Jews.
well,
right?
TJ said you're in a pedo ring, but you also had a space where.
So Jay just confronted Panda for having no Nazis up on his panel as long as they agree with his narrative, and Panda immediately switches it back to me saying they're all pedos. But yeah, right.
Called Doty's Angels. Like, I just don't think they're equivalent, and it's hilariously you always go back to
I'm
that.
just saying, nobody here is above anything because you all attack each
No,
other.
I don't attack anybody.
No, those aren't equivalent in any way, shape, or form, Justy. You held a space with a known counterintel agent who was falsely accusing us of crazy shit.
As far as trying to saddle Jay Just with Doty, Doty wouldn't even be in the community if it weren't for these guys. Logan, Panda, Tupa, he was obsessed with Hey Ocean. Like, they brought him in. Like, that's who he would hang out with. So Doty wouldn't even be around without these
held this
guys.
space. I held this space. I was in the space. I was asked to be co-host.
Did you co-host?
Ocean,
Hold
if
on, did you
Ocean was in that
co-host the
space, you'd be
space?
co-hosting. If you were in that space, you'd be
But
co-hosting.
did it stop at you being
just
asked to
don't say
co-host, or
no.
were you the co-host of the space? I'm lost.
Why is it a crime to
No, I
co-host
was
that space?
asked.
I
Like
never
last
stated that
minute
it was a
because
crime. I
what's
simply
his
asked the
name?
question.
It's wild to see all these dudes bullying one girl, isn't it? Like, none of them are kind of like, wait, this is kind of probably looking bad.
To
Eric
clarify.
didn't show up apparently, and
I wonder why Moneypenny didn't like hanging out with you guys, Panda.
someone elected that
Yeah,
I
and no one said it was a
co-host.
crime, and we just held a space about a counterintel agent accusing us of the craziest shit with someone who I thought was one of my friends.
Again, the craziest shit. It's not that crazy. You guys function as a hate group. You attack people as a hate group. You think as a hate group. Why wouldn't people think you're part of a group?
On the co-host
What
being
did he
gassing
accuse
it
you
like,
of,
oh
Red?
yeah.
She holds her own. She's a vet. J Just is a UFO Twitter veteran.
What's wrong
did he
with
accuse you of?
what's wrong with the title Doty's Angels?
Working for Mossad, calling his wife's hospital.
Hold on,
It's not even a bad fucking title.
Yeah, what's the problem with it?
I mean, you
Yeah,
could
but
own
nobody
that
believes
shit.
that.
Dude, that's
Red,
a
anyway.
fire fucking title.
It was not derogatory.
Dude,
I don't
so
know why
stupid.
anyone had an issue with it, but it's like a year ago or some shit.
Oh, you were screaming about me, Tupa. You were screaming how terrible I was and
I
how
remember that clip. Now listen to this. This is really important. This is a tactic they use against everybody.
awful I was,
Play the
and you
clip.
like.
Do you guys remember Tupa screaming about J Just? Because he went on one of those rants where I hate Darren when he was doing that. But it was J Just, and he does the play the clip thing. And J Just isn't a content creator, you wanker. She has no reason to record every conversation she has with you.
Was not derogatory.
Dude,
I
it's
don't
so
know why
stupid.
anyone had an issue with it, but it's like a year ago or some shit.
Oh, you were screaming about me, Tupa. You were screaming how terrible I was and how awful I was,
Play the
and you
clip.
like put all
Play
the
the
things
clip.
he
Play the
said.
clip.
Play the clip. He does it twice. That's one of their main tactics. They use that against everyone, and it doesn't matter if everyone in this space was right there. They all know. They all remember Tupa screaming like a crazy person. It doesn't matter because Jay just doesn't have the clip. You know. That's how they function over there. It's misinformation narrative control. They've gotten kind of good at it, but unfortunately, I came along.
Directly onto me as if I was the one, and I was in the back channels talking to
I don't
Red
think
and
that's accurate.
he was saying ask this, ask that, and I said somebody like I was
You guys,
trying to
you
get
guys played the
whatever
clip of Brian
questions.
Pemble every single day for 3 fucking weeks, non-stop, every fucking day.
We did play clips
I mean,
covering
the
our
clip where Brian
asses.
Pamel said that he was in the back channels with Justy, Dodie, and
Yes,
Sarah
but
with a
all you
list
had to
of.
do was ask Justy or ask Brian.
So this is interesting. Dodie spent years circle jerking with Logan and Hayotion and Tupa and Panda. But if he goes over and does a couple spaces with, these girls, there's a problem with that. These guys, the only reason Dodie's around is because of these guys.
And said you made a 3-week fucking drama out of it.
We did ask Brian. A lot of people asked Brian, and he took
Yeah,
forever
and Brian
to
So
clarified
you
it.
think
Yeah.
that's equivalent
comment
to
on it.
saying that we were in a CP ring and the shit that TJ says about women in Estella?
Says about women, but they never give examples. You would think if there was all this like me saying awful shit to women, there would be all kinds of screenshots on the archive. I'm covering the KMF Crybaby archive, but there's no screenshots of DMs of me being hard to women on women. Nothing. It's just these guys saying it so it's true. I don't know like why that works. I think it's just this MAGA influence on Twitter.
Yep.
It's pretty
Same
tame.
level.
The two-bit named space called Dodie's Angels, which is a hilarious title, I think. And like, no one was like trying to crucify Jess. They were just like, "Hey, this happened," and like, you know what I mean? He's accusing us of this
I've said
psycho
multiple
shit.
times, I don't
Charlie's
condone everything.
Angels.
Plus, I don't see what that has to do with me and my theories on, what's going on.
Jay
Pretty
says,
hard on
TJ
me.
says
He
what he
were a
was
wants.
saying a lot of
positive
things that
group.
were like he was trying to attack me because
No one was
I
trying to
happen
attack
to be in
you.
that
No one was
space.
You guys attacked the shit out of her. After the Dodie spaces, see, that's why you can't have a like they'll say they didn't attack Gabe too. We didn't attack Gabe. We didn't attack TJ. We just held spaces saying he watches CP for real. Like, dude, you can't talk to these people. They're so disingenuous. The whole community watched you guys harass these girls after those spaces with Dodie. What they did is held all day spaces about it, and so you're thinking, fuck, they're in there talking about me again. It makes you uncomfortable. You don't know if you should join or not. It runs you out of the community. Moneypenny, dude, people need to go look what Moneypenny talks about with relation to this group. It explains a lot.
Attack you. It was, and that otherwise it wouldn't have been called Dodie's Angels. It would have been called Justy's Angels or something.
Minimizing it, like
just hanging out in Logan's space one of the first times.
Okay, that's the end of it. Man, that a bunch of fucking morons. So what you got is a handful of wankers clowning dude about an illness that he's going through, attacking the one girl in the space, and then saying that they're the decent people of UFO Twitter. That's basically the summary of what you got here. And yeah, the title of it is This Space Doesn't Suck. Couldn't make it up. The space I'm gonna go over tomorrow is this Allies of Humanity one. We got this UFO cult going all wacko. Oh, let's go ahead and show this real quick. Here's Tupa making up things about Leah Prime and Darren and trying to get them in trouble with the United States government. Remember when they were trying to declare Antifa terrorist organization? I think they did, actually. Tupa started tagging. He didn't tag them this time, but he did on other ones. So he started tagging us with like ICE and FBI and CIA, saying we're all in Antifa. So when these guys spit shit like making things up about the community, bring this shit up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's all you guys do is make up shit. Yeah, I don't need to show this. Logan almost burned his fucking bed down. I am gonna show it. It is kind of funny. I don't know why he posted this, but apparently last night during Logan's 2-day long space, he burnt this into his bed. What the fuck, dude? That's a bad couch burn. Actually, is that I don't know if it looks like the bed burned all the way down into the bed. Dude, I don't know if it would start as like a little spark amber and you would all be going nuts on it. All right, I always try to end on something a little funny. So, we're gonna do that. I got a couple Keemstar things here you guys got to see. We'll try to get through it a little kind of quick. Shouldn't be too long. I think they're actually pretty short. Uh, I'll start filling it in. So the Keemstar universe, known as the Lolcow universe, every year their biggest event is called the Lolcow Fat Camp. And they get all of their characters together. Most of them are fatties. And they get them all together lately it's been this weird house, but that's part of the story. And, um, give me 1 second here. It goes bad every year. Every year it goes bad. And I'm going to show you what has happened the past 2 years at Keemstar's, his kind of like trademark event, Lolcow Fat Camp. And yeah, it's.
Welcome back. I'm Nicole Arbor, and this is part 2 of.
There's Broken Hip's favorite person. All right, let's see. I hope I got him here. Okay, yeah, I got it all ready to go.
Exposing wings.
So this was last year. This is what happened at last year's Lolcow Fat Camp, and I'm gonna start it right here.
Still scratch me in the eyelid though.
Dude, I can't remember who's.
So they start out. Dude, this thing goes on for like a week, and it's it's live the entire time. They got cameras on them everywhere they go. The whole thing is broadcast the entire week. But they start out with like these ideas for skits and things to do, and then it just ends with them all sitting around looking pathetic every year. And look what happened last year.
Hand I was holding, but I was holding I think I was holding Roxy's hand from punching Becky. And then I had Becky's hand from punching Roxy. I had 2 hands.
Come on, Zanny.
Nobody jumps up to help in this motherfucker, dude.
They don't.
No, listen, y'all did your due diligence, and like obviously we have to do what we have to do, right? But at the same time, I ought to just let them beat each other out.
Well, you
just,
can't
like, get
do
it
that.
over with.
Big Pimp. Was this the last time he appeared on Lolcow television, or has he been on since?
Becky ain't. You think that's the only fist fight Becky's going to be in?
Yes.
No.
Hopefully.
Keem gets his panties in a knot.
Oh, just wait, bro. You have no idea how bad this goes.
Because the morons he works with act like morons. At some point, Keem has to accept that these people are the way that they are. Pull an iDubbbz, be the puppet master and orchestrate things from the shadows so that your feelings don't get hurt by an 80 IQ bowling ball who can't help but leak any and all information that is fed to him.
She have against her, she went on a stream.
So what Keemstar and Wings are bickering about is, if I recall, someone from the chat might know better. Keemstar lies and tells like fibs and creates drama, and a lot of the fights and stuff are fabricated. It's him, making it up. And I think what happened was Wings ruined one of the gags. Wings like wouldn't it? He blew one of the lies. Is that what happened? If I recall, that's what went down. And that's what they were mad at each other about originally, is Wings blew the lie. He blew the cover on one of their staged little fights.
And talk so much shit about you, and you always give in to her. Why? So we're gonna sit here in silence? You gonna say something?
I'm not telling you anything ever again.
Fine by me.
Look how
I've had
sweaty he
to
is.
fucking deal with every person here trying to leak shit, say everything's my fault, multiple different challenges with the internet and everything else. People criticizing me, mainly Wings, for picking this place. When it's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? Fly down and scout the place and check out stuff? Like, you know what I mean? I don't have time for that. I gotta do shit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the biggest event of the year, yeah, you probably should look into it a little bit.
Here's a mistake that you made. Here's a mistake that you made. A $32,000 mistake. If we did this in April, we could have done this at Lord Rush's place for free with gigabyte internet. But you wanted it faster.
You see his arm jiggle.
Like a 16-year-old high school girl, Keem tells Wings that he'll never be able to forgive him for leaking.
So what's funny is they bitched about the place, and they used it again this year.
that information. Even though the audience isn't as stupid as he thinks and can smell bullshit before they see it. This devolves into Wings getting his fragile ego hurt, and a scuffle breaks out, where Bald Keem makes an appearance for the whole world to see. Keep in mind that these are two 40-year-old self-described wool cows who create a fake fat camp in order to trick their gullible audience into donating money to them. I forgot to mention that Wings claim...
Just to be honest, the idea is interesting. To get a bunch of lol cows together and just to try to like maximize profits all over a week. If you're doing skits and you got good ideas, it is an interesting idea. But they do things for like a day and then it ends up just them sitting around and fighting.
Claims that Keem believed that they would make $100,000 off of this trip. Up to this point, I'd probably call bullshit. But with the unbelievable meltdowns we're about to see, I'm not doubting much anymore.
All those waters. Here's a mistake that you made.
What's that?
You think I'm gonna forgive you for this?
I don't give a.
You say that. I promise you will. Always just sabotage the brand, sabotage.
I'm not sabotaging the brand for a lie that you fucking made.
Yeah.
I'm not sabotaging.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should probably give the channel. Give me 1 second here. This is saturated content. They cover all things lol cows.
Yeah, you are.
Saturated content on YouTube.
And you're even calling it a lie. You know?
It's a fucking lie.
You're
even calling it a lie.
Here it goes.
You're calling it a fucking lie. What part of it's not a fucking lie? Tell me which part of it.
It's not a
Look
lie.
right
It
there.
was a setup.
That's not a setup.
And why are you getting loud in my face?
Keemstar said, this is the first time I've noticed this. Keemstar said it's not a lie, it was a setup.
Because I can't.
Dude, are you?
You better stop.
Keem says that he wants to shut the whole situation down and that
Look,
all
Bald
Jordy
Keem
wants to do is fight.
Look, Bald Keem. Bald Keem shows up.
Wings likes to tout how he isn't bitch made, but being a grown-ass man and immediately resorting to fighting is low emotional IQ baby shit.
I agree.
Go back to your mama's trailer that you own 25% of, baby boy.
I call it gooning. Gooning out. The stuff Chase does, the tough guy bullshit. Dude, I hate that stuff.
What even set him off?
And he's getting loud in my face. So I got in his face. I'm like, are you
what's up,
serious?
Whoopty?
And then he started pushing me. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna swing. You keep doing that.
What's up, Whoopty? There's round 2, guys. Round 2 pops off and it takes a bad turn.
And he went to go grab me like this. Yeah. Like that's where this came
Retro Super Chatted 20.
Dude,
I'm saying.
Keemstar has a big enough mark on his neck where if law enforcement would have got involved, they would have arrested him. They would have arrested Wings. He's got a big scrape up his neck. They definitely would have charged him.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you.
I'm glad.
And then he wouldn't. And then somehow it got broken up or whatever. He goes, I'm not bitch made. You think I am?
You think I am? You think I am? I was just about to make a comment about Keemstar. He seemed pretty scared at the moment, but he's pretty chill at this moment. So he's been around hostility, you know.
Go home early, bud. Go home early.
Just let him breathe. Let him work it out, and you guys.
He can go home early.
Yeah, he can. I mean, we all can. What do you want to fight about?
I'm ready to shut it all down. It's out of control. It's literally out of control.
Sunday off wouldn't hurt.
I go, but you need to go. He's like,
Wings go. Wings goes, a Sunday off couldn't hurt.
I could be here if I want to. I go, well, this is right on the money.
Boogie. I always mix them up. That's Boogie 25888 the other guy's Wings of Redemption. In my mind, I always switch the names.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, just
so I said, at least go to your cabin. I don't have.
Yeah, Keemstar didn't fight back. He seemed more about like, dude, what are you doing? And when Wings walks up on him, he even asks, like, why are you yelling at me like this? He was basically saying, you're breaking the rules. You're escalating this.
Super Chatted $20. W Wing. L Keen.
Dude, they try to live like a little cult. They have like a community manager. It's a little fame cult.
Why wouldn't he want to go to his cabin? He loves his cabin. Take his wife out to dinner.
Because he wants to fight.
They're gonna say I'm throwing Jordan under the bus when I say what I'm about to say, but I think what happened.
Yeah, it was. Panda and Tupa tried to say that they like just weren't happy with the direction and moved on to do other things. It was a shit show, and Keemstar pulled the plug. I think they all signed something to not talk about it.
Wings either makes some mistakes or perceive that he made a mistake, or somebody perceives that he made a mistake. It can be all three, and then he ends up beating himself up, and by lashing out, ends up like getting other people to beat him up too, and that's like
Boogie. You have no idea how much worse this is about to get.
Classic Wings.
He goes, we both did the same thing. No, you ran over here, got in my face.
Like a bear in a Wendy's chili all-you-can-eat cook-off, Wings comes flying back outside to fight Keem once again. This time, his wife, Kelly, tries to slow him down, to which he body slams her into the table, leading her to lay in agony and begin to cry.
Okay, right away, Keemstar jumped up and booked. He went, dude, when he saw him coming, he tried to split out the other way. Oh! Oh, poor Kelly.
Hey, dude! Jordy! Someone take him down.
Oh, God, dude.
Kelly tries to make excuses for her oh-so-loving husband.
Dude, it's just a wooden table that she hits, man. They're so lucky she didn't get hurt.
saying that
yeah, that's Kelly. That's Wings' wife. She tried to stop him from getting to Keemstar, and he slammed her.
She tripped, but it's abundantly obvious that Wings full-on slammed her into the table. He ain't bitch made, he says, yet he knows that Kelly is the only one he could physically beat up and still feel like a man. He fucked up, and there's no redemption arc for this violent pimp. His desire to not portray himself as a pathetic, self-absorbed, low IQ loser backfired dramatically, exposing Wings as his true self that many detractors already assumed of him.
Dude, he put, when she got back up, he grabbed her again. He grabs her by the arm. I never noticed that either, because I thought the ladies come and separate her, don't they?
Don't worry about me, worry about your wife.
Yeah, see, those two women step up and separate her, because they're pissed.
That's your wife right now.
True story, love. Whoever cooked this script up is killing it.
God. Alright, so that's what happened at last year's LolCal Fat Camp. Let's see how this year went down.
They made it home safe an hour ago. What, Boogie?
Here we go.
We are completely in our, all the money that we made for Fat Camp, all the donations, it's just going to that fucking place, man. I dropped a bunch of photos and pictures today.
So, they got the exact same property this year, and even last year this happened. They owed a bunch of money for damages.
Videos for that, it's a fraction of the damages, dude. The waiting hall is trashed. The basketball court has to get repainted because of the fucking dunk tank.
Oh,
all
shit.
the water and shit. The pool table has to get reupholstered because people used it as a table to set their food and drinks and shit. The theater room.
They said the pool table had to be recovered because people set their food and drinks on it.
Is damaged. Some of the chairs are broken by the fat people. They no longer recline. They got to replace that. The stripper pole damaged the fucking ceiling. We left the stripper pole there. We left the
They said the stripper pole ripped out the ceiling.
stripper pole there. They knew that we were dancing stripper. Tina's trailer utterly fucking trashed.
How did she fuck the
Liberty
trailer?
Building utterly fucking trashed.
The Liberty Building?
So what Boogie is saying is that they owe so much money to repair the property that they rent for that event that there's no they didn't make anything off LolCal Fat Camp. In return, they owe money. Like, they're all gonna have to chip in to cover the damages.
The fucking cabin, her cabin, man.
Holy fuck.
Yes, this fat fucking nasty ass. I don't know if he's a fan of a nasty person too. I know this Welsh fucking food and shit got smeared. I can only imagine Langner's fucking room. I can only imagine. It probably looked like a fucking sheep pit. Dude, we're fucked. I'm not gonna be able to afford.
Give me 1 second. I want to. This is B Slice. Channel called B Slice on YouTube. They cover LolCal bullshit.
My mortgage. I'm not gonna be able to afford it. We're not getting a paycheck. Do you understand? Live is not getting a paycheck.
I know we're getting fucked for Fat Camp, yes. So Keemstar's fucking upset.
Do you think they're really not gonna get a paycheck? Or could this be a bit? Like, I wondered if this could be a bit.
I was the last person on Fat Camp grounds, the last person to talk to the dudes that were there. They were not fucking happy, really, to see me. So I went all the way back to Fat Camp. They were not happy to see me. They were cleaning. They had fucking trucks going around picking up fucking trash. When I was there, it was literally
they left trash everywhere.
Liberty House that was the issue at the time. So I didn't know about all these other damages yet. But
what was wrong with the Liberty House?
Apparently, it was a fucking mess. It was trashed inside.
What about the 24 chairs?
You
24
threw so
chairs.
many chairs, dude. You and Steak and
What
all the
about
other fucking
turbos?
hosts. Like, oh,
He said they broke 24 chairs. Because, like, the whole crew is obese.
these chairs are incredibly robust. Fucking throwing them.
Turbo drove into a $4,000 table and broke it. That's rewind. That's on rewind.
It barely looks broken.
Doesn't matter. They're dinging it for us the $4,000. We have to replace it.
It doesn't matter if it's barely broken. It was perfectly fine when you got there. So you have to replace it. Look at the floor. I don't know if that's from them just being fat or like throwing chairs and them gouging the floor.
another $4,000 table.
They're saying we chipped the fucking floor?
Yes.
How the fuck did we chip the floor? I don't know.
Gouges out of the floor. I don't know. Throwing chairs. Fat people sitting in chairs. That might have been it. Fat people fucking scooting. Billy was down there. Turbo's down there. 600 pounds of people down there in chairs. I don't understand. I don't. What did people? The boats. The boats. They're dinging us for the boats.
That actually
the boat
makes
that got
sense.
flipped. We're dinging us for that. There's one of the paddle boats. One of the paddle boats got left on the island. I don't even know what happened to that one. Steak, what happened to that one?
That paddle boat? That's the one that got
Ultra
flipped over
recovered.
and Ultra recovered it. It just had water in it. It wasn't fucking broken.
Well, apparently we're paying for it.
Fuck, dude. Keemstar said it was like fucking... Okay, so the chairs did get thrown all the fuck over the place. The floor could have got gouged from fucking any of those.
Why were they throwing chairs? What? I didn't watch any of the camp this week. Or when it was on, last week. What the fuck were they throwing chairs for?
Things probably fat people jumping on tables, if I were to guess. The table that got broken fucking half, that was you, Boogie.
He said the gouges are probably from the fat people jumping on the tables. So
the fucking TV that got broke was you, Boogie. Tina's room being fucked up.
They didn't own that TV. They didn't own the TV.
That's
I owe you money for the TV, not that. Not them.
But the destruction of it might have helped cause damages. Just
Keemstar makes an appearance.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
How did the typical cause damage?
They're saying that I guess it rubbed the fucking ceiling because we had people like Boogie and Mike fucking hanging on it, and it fucking scraped up the fucking ceiling because they were just too fat.
It broke off chunks of wood. It broke off when they were uninstalling it. It was fucking bolted up so high because they knew fat people. It literally broke chunks of wood, man. Also, chunks of wood on the door going in where Turbo drove his fucking vehicle into the theater room. He knocked off a chunk of that panel door, wood door, dude. We have to reupholster the
cripple.
pool table again. We didn't even get to play pool. People were using it as a fucking drink holder, dude. And the host over there, I need you to understand something. Keem is a multimillionaire. That's true. But it's not Keem that pays for this. It's the company. Yeah. And the company specifically, we all had a handshake agreement with every other show. You come, you do work, you help live. When you come and help live, you're helping pay for the entire experience. It comes from my pocketbook, this show's pocketbook. Stakes, check. Nightmares, check. When they did damage, they weren't doing damage to a multi-millionaire's property. They were doing it to Stakes paycheck. You're not getting paid for fat. I'm not getting paid for Fat Camp, man. I don't know what I'm going to fucking do.
We're fucked.
It is what it is. It fucking
It is what it is.
Do you honestly think none of them are gonna draw a dime from the Fat Camp? Or see, I wonder if this is a bit.
But it is what it is, Boogie. What did you think was gonna happen, bro?
I didn't use it on anything but that table, man.
Okay, Boogie's a fucking wine fest, you guys. Holy shit. We're 18 minutes into the show, and it's just been Boogie fucking crying. So I showed you guys the damage. I showed you the fucking issues that they're sending to Keem. Apparently, that's just the half of it, from whatever Boogie's saying. I haven't seen the rest of the damages. I can't even tell you what the fuck happened to each individual place. How I do know, or what I do know, is that Live's going to be responsible for this, I'm sure.
I made the argument all throughout Fat Camp, like, go fuck yourself, Queens. Go fuck yourself. These are Live cameras. Live paid for this camera. Live is paying for Fat Camp. You know, I made the argument a million fucking times.
No, it doesn't sound like a bit, does it? Keemstar really does sound worked up and upset. I don't think it's a bit.
You know, when me and Yo Mama just talked yesterday, I was like, bro, I don't, if I'm at Fat Camp, I don't give a fuck about Pit, bro. I'm focused on Live. You know, Live is doing a live event. I'm focused on that and that only. And that really did take all my time from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed to just pull that shit off. But you can't have it both ways.
Can Tina at least pay for the damages she did? It's one thing that we pay for the equipment and the land, but for the damages, like, let Tina pay for her own damages, man.
We have no idea if
what are they trying to do here? They're trying to like make one of them, Tina, pay for that. Like, cause I guess there was one place, like one little maybe the guest house or something that was worse than the rest, and they're trying to like divide one member of the lockout community and be like, she should pay for that. That shouldn't come from us.
If we're going to get a $5,000 bill, a $10,000 bill, or a $20,000 bill, or God knows,
it's $20K.
He said that they're going, now that they found all this damage, that he's going through the property to triple and double check there isn't more damages, and that he'll have a number for me as soon as he can calculate the damages. We dealt with them before. They did not want a perfectly fine table for $1,200. They want their $5,000 outdoor metal table.
$20.
Bro, there's a lot of people that are not on the cast of Live that did damage. The only person on the cast of Live that actually did property damage was Boogie. By the way, Wonder Woman, just so you know, all that praise that we gave you for like helping us out and all the cleaning you did, I take it all back. You fucking balls. You could have pulled Kalo's condoms out of the drain. Fuck you, Wonder Woman. You fucked us. I'm gonna say this right now. It might take us a couple months to pay this back.
I know, Keith. You can't get out, but I need a second source of income. What am I going to do? Do 2 months? They're going to take the house. They'll take the house.
Lock in. You're going to be working for free for maybe 2 months. If it worst case,
I'm not working for free for 2 months, man. You're killing me.
Well,
You're killing me.
If we don't make it right, we're going to get sued.
You're going to be working for free for maybe 2-3 months. It'll be okay.
Make the other shows pay for their share. You break it, you bought it. Kalo, the fucking check, bitch. Cut the fucking condom check. Lacey, pay for the fucking babies down the drain. Turbo, pay for the fucking chairs and the fucking...
Apparently someone flushed some condoms down the drain and caused damage.
Table. Out of your fucking paycheck. The fuck I'm doing this. I ain't losing my house. I ain't losing my house for your fat fucking ass because you can't drive a goddamn scooter.
I'm just saying, y'all better learn how to e-bag because we're going to need it. We're going to fucking need it. We just got more fucked. You have no idea. You know how I owe 200 members over to fucking Wild?
All right, so I didn't even get that. Yeah, I think that is probably legit, honestly. I don't think that reads like a bit at all. All right, yo, I gotta go and wrap it up. We went about 2.5 hours, a little long today. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow night around the same time. We're gonna go over that space from the UFO cult. It's really bizarre. O'Leary's in there too, so it'll be round 2 of some O'Leary wackiness on the UFO Twitter news nightly. O'Leary's always interesting. Gabe makes appearances in that space, which is funny. Him and O'Leary butt heads, which will be interesting to see. But if you guys haven't subscribed, go down and subscribe. I only need a couple more to hit 100. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Really helps me out. Even if you haven't liked, please go do that. If anyone watching now or later on wants to support financially, I need some new equipment and shit. buymeacoffee.com/TeeJay Felony. You can support anonymously, just leave your name blank. You gotta put your email in, but nobody sees it. And I will see you guys all tomorrow night. I really appreciate everyone coming in and hanging out. And yeah, I think we're making a difference. I'm getting a lot of support in my DMs, and people are starting to send clips of things like, hey, I saw this, or hey, this happened to me, people I've never spoken to. So I do think we're making progress on this shit. So yeah, just, we'll have a lot of fun doing it. So thank you for everyone that hangs out. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Peace out. Be good to each other.